being revealed to those who seek it, and I am truly blessed to be a part of that awakening. I realize that this world is just one big stage, and most people are just dancing to Satan's tunes. Take a look at Mount Rushmore. They were all slave owners. Remember Song of Solomon, I am black but comely. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. The evidence is overwhelming, brothers and sisters. Do some research. If you've been blessed with eyes to see, you'll realize that the white Jesus is actually Caesar Borgia, the illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI. And the clock is ticking. Babylon is gonna fall.
Hey, Yashar'AL.
Yo, the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always cleaving to lies. And you say you hate the Negroes, but one day we will rise, and the nations that envy, they will all see demise. And the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always clinging to lies. Our redemption is written, white Christians despise, and the nations filled with envy, they dismiss and deny. Yo, the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always cleaving to lies. And you say you hate the Negroes, but one day we will rise, and the nations that envy, they will all see demise. And the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always clinging to lies. Our redemption is written, white Christians despise, and the nations filled with envy, they dismiss and deny. Hey, Babylon go burn with that Confederate flag, LGBT white supremacy, and in bed with no and I'll burn and I'll spit on the American flag. White Jesus is false, so how the arrogant brag. I ain't voting for Trump, I ain't voting for Biden, and the one who I abide in is the Lion of Zion. And you do what they say mindlessly like they Simon, and the heathens gon' rage cause they really just fighting. And the nation shall envy, can't do nothing against you, and we know that you Esau when you say it offends you. And no wonder you so wicked, got a lineage of evil. White pride means nothing, I can see through your ego. And your ooh said the nations are nothing but spittle, and we are the chosen people, we will never be equal. And the pride of Esau exalts himself as the eagle. What's coming to Esau and the heathens, yo, it sure won't be peaceful. It is Esau who dwells in the clefts of the rock, and the rise of Yashar'AL, you never can stop. This is for my ancestors who you hung from trees. This for the black blood spilled by the hands of police. This for the black women that you violated with pride. This for every single sin you tried to hide and denied. This is for your white Jesus, it produced self-hate. This for the unpaid wages and all that you take. It's for the Rev 2-9s and our identity stolen. We know the truth about you, you really eating my Romans. Yeah, really eating my Romans. We know the truth about you, you really eating my Romans. Yo, the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always cleaving to lies. And you say you hate the Negroes, but one day we will rise, and the nations that envy, they will all see demise. And the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always clinging to lies. Our redemption is written, white Christians despise, and the nations filled with envy, they dismiss and deny. Yo, the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always cleaving to lies. And you say you hate the Negroes, but one day we will rise, and the nations that envy, they will all see demise. And the heathens will say we inherited lies, and wish there is no prophet, always clinging to lies. Our redemption is written, white Christians despise, and the nations filled with envy, they dismiss and deny. Yeah.
The Most High he is done. Okay? He is done with what has been going on. The 400-year is up. The curse is up. Sorry, my kitty just sneezed. The 400-year curse is up. Okay? God's people, the Most High has chosen the Hebrews, the blacks in America. Okay? We're about to see some power. Come on, y'all. You got to get out of this lie. Okay? You got to get out of this lie. You have got to come out of this lie. This white Jesus that you are worshiping is going to take you to hell. Please wake up. Oh, in the name of Yahushua, wake up. Oh, I feel the Holy Ghost. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yahushua is an alpha, strong, black man. He is a Negro. He is a Hebrew. I don't know what word you need to hear to understand who they are, but it is not me. I am not a chosen. You can get mad. It doesn't matter. This is how the Most High has done it. I'm a Gentile, and I know my place. But I'm called to tell all of these Gentile whites that I know that you are in the deepest deception that you have ever been in. And you've been in it your whole life. And the awakening is happening now. People are waking up.
For centuries, we have been lied to by our forefathers and religious teachers. The white JC was created by the Vatican, and he was not the true Messiah of the Bible. Our Messiah, Yahusha, was a melanated man, and the Most High Yahuwah's true chosen people are the melanated people. Won't learn that in any tax-exempt church. And I praise Yahuwah every day for leading me down the correct path. All praise to the Most High.
Hey, Yexer.
Hey, Yexer.
Yeah, a war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack. A war on woke is a war on black. These Republicans will end you and ain't telling you that. A war on woke is a war on black. LGBT not woke, it has been hijacked. A war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack. I don't believe in the system, slay that Democrat donkey. And these liberals still hate us and they calling us monkeys. How you claim Black Lives Matter, still pushing abortion? Joe Biden giving money for reparations to foreigners. Kamala Harris only black when it fits her agenda. And Obama been a yeah, he's sweeter than Splendor. They only support black lives if you're gay. They monetize our oppression, they the KKK. Don't be fooled by their tactics, they covertly some racist. White supremacy hides between swarthy black faces. Don't be fooled by their tactics, they covertly some racist. White supremacy hides between swarthy black faces. A war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack. A war on woke is a war on black. These Republicans will end you and ain't telling you that. A war on woke is a war on black. LGBT not woke, it has been hijacked. A war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack. The Republicans are really white supremacist Nazis. Calling out racism doesn't make me a commie. Make America great means enslave all the Negroes. They would love to fill every single grave with a Negro. If we don't know history, we are doomed to repeat it. They think black history don't matter and our children don't need it. European history, we are forced to read it. They wanna bring back slavery, you don't wanna believe it. Yahusha is king, screw these Edomite heathens. And the lineage of evil swims in the blood of these demons. Yahusha is king, screw these Edomite heathens. And the lineage of evil swims in the blood of these demons. A war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack. A war on woke is a war on black. These Republicans will end you and ain't telling you that. A war on woke is a war on black. LGBT not woke, it has been hijacked. A war on woke is a war on black. If you black, we are under attack.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the
Hey, Yexer.
They still lynching Negroes, we still hanging from trees. In solidarity stand, we all taking a knee. Ayo, Most High, Father, avenge all our blood. To these nations, his wrath, it is coming like a flood. George Floyd ain't deserving, Breonna Taylor, no justice. Let's admit that this country need deep in corruption. And you say you got commitment to the red, white, and blue. Let me break it down for you, yeah, the red, white, and blue. Hey, the red is our blood stains and what we've been through. And the blue is color blue because they giving us blues. As a Negro, there's no way that I'll be back in the blue when they leave another Negro dead, shot on the news. And of course, there's the white. What must I say about white? It's the God that they serve, it's created our plight. The ideals that at birth would only ignite our strife. White supremacy has had us in the fight for our life. Yikes.
America's killing us, she never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. Father Yahuwah, they are killing us, she never was great. A unrepentant nation and they won't reparate. America's killing us, she never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. Father Yahuwah, they are killing us, she never was great. A unrepentant nation and they won't reparate.
Yo, another rapper sign, that's another rapper dead. Another fake Jew dangling money over our heads. Hey, I stand with my people long as I'm able to rap. They send money to Ukraine, give us all table scraps. There's a negative connotation being labeled as black. And we Hebrews, but our culture, it has been hijacked. School shooters in the news, they are mostly Caucasian. And they saying that we criminals, this fact is forsaken. And we do not eat cats, racism towards Haitians. But the Asian eat cats by their own proclamation. How many Negro babies on the lot in the womb? They promote baby killing just to lead to our doom. Black culture, it is killing us, created by Jewish. And they cannot be the chosen, animalistic and brutish. Deuteronomy 28, look at verse 68. You'll be scattered to the nations and brought here as slaves.
America's killing us, she never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. Father Yahuwah, they are killing us, she never was great. A unrepentant nation and they won't reparate. America's killing us, she never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. Father Yahuwah, they are killing us, she never was great. A unrepentant nation and they won't reparate.
What is it that you believe is wrong with America that needs to be made great? And the slogan is Make America Great Again. So I'm always very curious about when that period was in your mind, in your estimation. When was America great?
Okay. So it goes beyond that.
No, I want an answer to that, because that's your slogan, Make America Great Again. When was America great for you?
Okay. That is, American great is our freedom.
Freedom. Your freedom? Or all of our freedom?
Everybody's freedom.
Everybody's freedom. So yes. When was America great for all of us?
When our forefathers.
Forefathers. The ones that own people?
No.
Which ones?
You have to look at the history. You got to look at the history.
I am. I'm asking you. Which for? George Washington owned 300 people and went after a few of them for running away. They signed a constitution that made black people, enslaved black people, 3/5 of a human being. I don't think it was great then, if you're asking me, a black woman.
Right, but you have to understand
what?
Our history to get where we are today. What's happening is our media.
No, Jackie, because again, if you can't walk me through the greatness of America and how you want to restore it to a place where it was great before, your whole argument falls apart. So walk me through when America was great.
Okay, so America has been great forever. Now the problem is the people.
For who though? No, I can't wait, because you need to answer the question. And again, you call up, and I'm glad, Mississippi, I love the state. You're a Trump supporter, which, I want to get into, the reasons behind that, but it's all around this freedom thing and this greatness thing, and we need to settle on what that looks like for you and for me, and then for all of us, because if it's not going to be great for all of us, then it's not great for any of us, Jackie.
Well, my question is, why don't you think it's great? Because I've grown up, and
Okay, no. You answer my question first, please.
Okay. So you're asking me when it was great. It's been great. It has been great.
It has been great. So slavery was great. Trail of Tears was great. The Chinese Exclusion Act, great. The Japanese internment, great. That was great. Jim Crow was great. Back of the bus, colors only water fountains. Let me see. Brown versus Board of Ed. Oh, the throwing of tomatoes at little girls. The bombing of a church with little girls in it. That was great. The hanging of hundreds and thousands of black people, burning down towns in the 1920s. The draft riots in New York because of people having to fight for freedom. Freedom is, liberty is everything, right? Liberty is everything. That was a great America to you?
Okay.
Okay. You can't just say, okay, was it great or not?
It's people that make it bad.
People make it bad. Yes, racist people, horrible people, genocidal people make it bad. You're absolutely right.
Hey,
America's killing us, she never was great. She never was great. She never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. She never was great. She never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. She never was great. She never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. She never was great. She never was great. America's killing us, she never was great. She never was great. She never was great. America's killing us.
Shalom, 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 shalom. What's up, Mashmaka? All praises to the Most High, man. It feels like it's been a minute since I have been on here. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all. Shout out to everybody that's been checking in on me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I just, the thing is, family, before we get into this, I just got to say, like, sometimes when I get away from, like, going live and stuff like that, it's nothing against y'all, but because of what I deal with spiritually, sometimes it's important for me to separate from YouTube and going live as much. I'll still be working on stuff, making content and stuff like that for you guys, but just know I'm always going to come back. You feel what I'm saying? At some point. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when there's all this stuff going on right now, and I'm a watchman. I'm a Nazarene of Yahuwah, so I got to let y'all know what's going on. And thank you. Actually, let me remind myself to mute this. Shout out to everybody that's here. We got a lot to get into, fam, so I'm going to just jump right into this. Somebody asked me about the song. It's called America Was Never Great, and it's going to be on the new album. It is not out yet, okay? This song is not out, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be on the album. And I had to set the scene for this because with those songs that I played. The first song was Jeremiah 16:19. Second song was The War on Woke. And then the third song was America Never Was Great. See, now the thing is, bro, I have a way that I do things because, listen, people. Okay, let me back it up before we get into this. There is a spirit right now being stirred up in America and the spirit has always been anti-Jacob, anti-Yahudi, anti-black. But what we're seeing right now is like a whole nother level. And I'm going to show you guys some stuff in a second here as we get through this lesson. But there is a spirit that's being stirred up right now. And I wrote these songs understanding that the spirit was going to get worse. Okay, even leading up to where we're at now. To everybody who is of these other nations, let me make something very clear to you. Everything right now, everything that you're seeing with Donald Trump and these white Europeans and all of that stuff, okay? All of this proves to you who the chosen people are, okay? And it's not the other nations, it is the Negroes. Why do you think there's a white man in office? Why do you think that they want to bring back white Christian nationalism? To the Gentiles, listen, if you grafted in, I love you, but the truth of the matter is what I'm going to show you today about white people is not a good thing. You need to wake up and realize why California was on fire, why them sundown towns, were flooded by the Most High, okay? He is judging these Edomites. You need to see it for what it is. If there's anybody who Satan has used more against black people and the Negroes, it is the white man. And I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, the white man is the devil. He is, period. The Anglo-Saxon, European, and the Amalekite are our biggest enemies in this earth. And guess what? They both look the same. Pale skins. This is a war of the righteous seed, Jacob, and the wicked seed of the serpent. And what I show you today, you're gonna know that I'm not bluffing and I'm telling you the truth. But if I've been accused of being racist because this white man on Facebook was attacking, one of the daughters of Zion. And let me just make something clear, bro. I don't care what nation you from. You ain't never gonna disrespect no black woman in front of me, cuz. And you lucky we online. I'm in the mindset right now where I realize the demonic spirit that is working through these people. Listen, you disrespect a black woman in front of me, I don't care if I know her or not. I'm putting hands on you. I don't know what's wrong with these nations. Y'all want the love of the Most High, but y'all feel like y'all could just talk to us any old kind of way? Oh, no, sir. And if me defending a black woman makes me racist because I love my people like Yahuwah commanded us to, then I guess I am, nigga. I guess I am. But you ain't gonna disrespect none of these daughters of Zion in front of me, because if it happens, there's gonna be problems. And it don't matter outside of this community, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I'm at the grocery store. I see a white man yelling at a black woman, yeah, I'm gonna put hands on you. That's the mindset we're gonna have, because what these devils are planning, you're gonna see. So let's jump into this, man. Let's jump into this. First and foremost, I want to say this to every single person. This video is a warning to every single Negro out here, okay? It is very, very serious what is coming, okay? This is what I would call a warning to the Negroes, okay? Because what these people are planning is just demonic. Okay, and yes, it will be the European Anglo-Saxon along with the Amalekim that will bring about this beast system. Okay, so if you look at Pete Hegseth, you look at Elon Musk and all these other individuals, you see that's Edom. Okay, all you're seeing right now is Edom. So miss me with this. Esau's not the white man. We know he was not originally white. Okay, but the people that are here in power right now are his descendants, because we know Europe, Rome conquered all of Europe. So most Europeans would not be Japhites. Most Europeans of today would be of Esau's seed, because when you have the man that's conquering everybody and massacring and raping, obviously you become what your father is. So the descendants of the conqueror, the seed of the conqueror, is who those people would be today. All right, and we know Rome and Edom and all of that have been conquering nations for years, conquered all of Europe. All right, so just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't write it. I just recited. Now let's keep going. What is coming to this nation, as I've been warning about, is worse than many might have thought. I have been talking about this for a while, but it's very clear what Yahuwah has laid up on my heart to warn you about is upon us. To the Gentile, this message may not be easy to hear. But if you cannot see what I've been warning about now, you definitely will today. If you truly love Jacob, denounce these people you come from and stand with Yashar'AL. Let me give it to you again. If you really are cleaving, prove it. Prove it. Call out the white supremacy you've been seeing all your life. Tell people that they are deceiving everybody in the rest of the world and pushing white supremacy by supporting shows like The Chosen, by showing images of a white Messiah. And I'm not saying we need to have images of the Messiah, but these white images of Paul, these white images of Abraham and all this goofy stuff, you're only sowing the lie. You are not standing with Yashar'AL if you don't even want to acknowledge the Negroes are Yashar'AL. If you're really, really cleaving, prove it. Prove it. You cannot be a Trump supporter and love this country and ignore what has happened to us, and at the same time talk about Yehuda and Yahusha. Yahusha is not a white man. Because yes, there are Gentiles I've seen in this truth who believe that a white man named Cesare Borgia, his real name is Yahusha. So what they do is they still hold on to the white Jesus in their mind, but they just use the name Yahusha instead of Jesus. Let me say this. Despite what you've heard from these Negroes in these camps, every single 12 tribe, all 12 tribes of Jacob was all Negroes. That includes Manasseh, that includes Ephraim. Okay, all of them were Negroes. There's no way under the dome that Jacob would have all these black women, you know what I'm saying, that he had, had children with, and them being black women and him being black man, and then make a whole bunch of different colors and nations and races of people. Yashar'AL was one nation. The chosen are the Negroes. All right, that's what it is. You got to just accept that. Okay, In this equation, you are not in charge and you are not at the top. And the thing is, we're only required to bring you the truth. If you don't want to cleave to us, we're not required to bring you with us, because the deliverance is promised to the children of Yashar'AL, not the Gentile. If the Gentile cleaves to Jacob, yes, they can be delivered with us. But the real deliverance is about us, not you. So just understand this. Uncomfortable truths will be brought out today, as I warn you. The European Edomites, be it the Amalekim or the Jewish, and the Indo-European Anglo-Saxon, are the people Yahuwah said he hates. Look at what white America's doing, and you will understand why. So white people, I need you to understand this clearly, okay? Yahuwah already hates Esau. He said it several times, and he means it. He does. He says, and we're going to get to the scriptures in a minute. Don't worry, I got proof. I need you to understand that you are dealing with an Eluah who loves Jacob. He is the Eluah of Jacob, okay? The Messiah comes from Jacob. He is of Jacob's stock, Israelite heritage, okay? Negro heritage, if you want me to be more specific about this, Messiah Yahusha. If you truly love Jacob and you love the Most High, you must be willing to denounce your family members, denounce your job, denounce all the ways of Babylon. Stop this stuff. Well, we were all a mixed multitude. Stop it. That's coping. That's the heathen cope. Stop lying to yourself, okay? We know that you Gentiles were the ones who have been oppressing us. You cannot be the oppressed and the oppressor at the same time. There's no such thing. You cannot sit here and say that you were on the slave ships with us, you know what I'm saying, protecting us. You were not loaded on them with us. As a matter of fact, you are descended of the people who strapped us down, who beat us, who threw us overboard. Those are your people, okay? So you cannot be an Israelite and be the descendant and the seed of our enemies. I know this is uncomfortable because y'all have this main character syndrome, but that just goes to show how your way of thinking and how it's really against the Most High. To where y'all disrespect us all the time. Y'all want to ignore us and act like we don't matter and all of this, saying who his people are doesn't matter and all this, and salvation is not about skin color. Actually, it's not about skin color. I can agree with that. It's not about skin color. But it's about a Negro. It's about a certain group of people that happen to have a certain skin color that y'all hid from us. You say it's not about skin color, go blame your ancestors for having the power to whitewash it and whitewashing it. That's what heathens do. They whitewash and they map out everything so it makes them look good. When they're the colonizers, they're the treaty breakers, they're the racists, they're the supremacists. They're the evil ones. They're the children of Satan. That's why the image of white Jesus looks like them. Come on, y'all. We know white Jesus is a lie. Why is the white Jesus Caucasian? Come on, that's Satan's image. He painted Yahusha to look like him. He made Abraham to look like him so he could embolden his children. Wake up, y'all. It's right in your face, and I'm going to be going hard today, so I get it. If you don't like me no more, it's fine. All right? Let's keep going. If you are of the stock of the European Edomite, you can be saved, all right? So if you are Indo-European Anglo-Saxon, I'm not saying you can't be saved, all right? But you must cleave to us and stand with us. Do not take sides with this heathen Edomite, Donald Trump. Very few will be willing to do this, and destruction is coming to those who do stand with Donald Trump in America. They are getting slavery and destruction. They will not make it into the kingdom. If you are an Amalekite, Revelations 2:9-39, you will be destroyed, period. It's hopeless for you. All right? And may you get it in the worst way from the Most High. If you are Jewish, it's over for you. There's nothing, there's no salvation. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even worried about you. You're going to get it in the worst way. Okay? So there's no salvation, so it's hopeless. Just cry. You know what I'm saying? Go spin your dreidel or something to cope with it, okay? But when the Most High comes to deliver us and Yahushua HaMashiach comes back, he's destroying Amalek's seed. So y'all people, y'all done for. Anyway, let's keep going. This message is not hate speech. This is the truth from the perspective of a Yahudi chosen by the Most High, Yahuwah, to deliver a message to my people, Yashar'AL. And the Israelite perspective is different than the heathen perspective, which is why only Negroes can warn you of what's to come, because all messages in the scriptures were written by us, for us, and not for the Gentiles. Gentiles always interpret the truth as hate, so as to be expected. Let me take some time to remind you of what is to come and understand this system, both the current and the new one that's coming. The new system and the current one was not made to benefit us and was created to be weaponized against us. Now, I'm going to show you guys a few examples of that so you can understand this. All right. Give me one sec. Okay. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is this video that I have of this Ak. You know what I'm saying? The song is just crazy, bro. Let me pull it up. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I've played the song before. And, man, dude just be telling some truth, bro. So let me pull it up here. Give me one sec. It's called Lynch. And his name is Johnny Jones. And I played it before on one of my shows. I just thought the song was so good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to play it. So let me let y'all hear a little bit of that first.
About what happened.
Today I see a bunch of people talking about the ways the black and white could do better, and then we coined the phrase an ally. I dig it cause we need it. In fact, it takes me back to my ancestors with the whips on their back. It's still a problem, and Nixon he made sure it was that. But it ain't start with him, it comes from way further. In fact, this bigot, his name Willie, last name Lynch. He gave a speech to slave owners talking about the switch and a chain for the mind. It's a grind and it's foolproof. Taught them all they had to do was colorize to pull through. Put blacks in the shade that be lighter than the rest. Put the darkies in the field, that should make them feel less. Take the women from the men, make sure that they see it. Take their language, their culture, and never let them read. It's to believe that the hope is lost. He called for this meeting to decree that this is the only way to stop freedom. Emasculate the man, take him away from his kids. Teach the little boys that pain is the thing that they get. If they stand up or fight back, heroes they ain't like that. So every time they double down, whenever more strike back. He coined the phrase lynching. Still happens today. They found 2 black men hanging somewhere around the way. It's still relevant, the evidence is prevalent and clear. And the regiment was controlled for like 300 years. You still here? Well, let's continue. Notice how the aim was turn your black people against you and make women resentful. Potential.
Yahuwah is Yahusha in the flesh. I was wondering who you were. I was like, I think it might be Kathy, but I wasn't sure. Good to see you, sis. Thank you for letting me know. And I definitely would have known because I guess you used a different account. You know what I'm saying? Because I had made you a moderator, so I guess you switched a different account. I would have probably recognized it, like that's one of the moderators. But I guess because you changed your name, it took away the wrench. So yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more of this, but this is what I'm saying. They don't like music like this. You feel what I'm saying? Where we know our history, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of it. All right, they're trying to hide all this stuff about us. And listen, don't be surprised if we deal with a lot of antagonism in this, you know, the pagan month of February, considering they call it Black History Month. You know that white people have been saying they don't need a history month. We ain't got a white history month, even though they got the freaking 4th of July, right? A whole federal holiday. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised that that's what comes next. They start talking about we need to get rid of Black History Month. They are ripping away your rights. And I'm going to show you a little bit more as we get into this, because it's going to be a long stream. So stick around, fam. Let's keep going.
Y'all killing us. We can't make a change if y'all don't change. To be clear, try to recognize your actions as a black man. Walking down the street, you live impoverished with rats, and the red line divides us. The blocks turn lighter. When gentrified, they send us away. They think that they can buy us. Meanwhile, they kill us by winnies and set fires. And the protest that's peaceful. Breonna Taylor needs you, but still it's killing Saul to the job done for real. They put our fathers in jail. They let this happen until I'm talking Emmett. You admit it, you was wildin' forever. Imagine walking through the cold with no jacket or sweater, with chains tied around your ankles. roots, they eat at your skin. You look for strength from every place to keep on moving an inch. The sickness rises. Politically, they're building out the prisons. Now it's overcrowded with people that's wrongly convicted, with no pension to save, just like 4 feet of space. And some bars that remind you just what was in place. It's in the 13th Amendment. They made it sound proper, but really it's a front to get slavery back and poppin'. You know I never spew this rhetoric without the facts. Just go read the letter, translate to this time scrap, and still we rise through the rain, through the cops, they're still racist. Sometimes it made me wonder if we living in the matrix. Your thoughts about the self-hate, the thoughts of rejection, we come together, and I promise that's the scariest weapon.
All right, now what he said, that key takeaway, we come together, that's the scariest weapon. All right, in these times right now, all right, what these devils are trying to plan and what they're trying to do, you got to realize that us coming together is the most important thing. And I've been saying that for a while to all of y'all. All right. But some of y'all cool Negroes out here, some of y'all tap dancing, tap dancing Negroes out here over here talking about, oh, get rid of the Haitians. Oh, deport the Jamaicans. You realize they're going to come for us too, right? I want to smoke with all of these house tap dancing Sambo Negroes. All right, there is no sense in sitting over here coming for, talking bad about Haitians and, Jamaicans, because listen, one thing y'all FBA dumb, and y'all got mad at me because I went at FBA, all them some house Negroes, all of them is some coons, all of them are. Because the thing is, what y'all fail to understand, because y'all don't know anything, is them Jamaicans, them Haitians, them people from the Caribbeans and all of that, them is all Negroes, bro. They was brought on the slave ships with us. They are the same tribe. They are the same nation. They experiencing them same curses. But see, these white people in America, they never told you that you were the Israelites. They never told you that them is your people. So if you are clapping and cheering Haitians being, deported, don't you realize that the white man can't tell the difference between the Haitian or the Jamaican or the Afro-Hispanic or the Afro, Brazilian? They can't tell the difference. We all look the same because we the same damn people. So when I see people like Tariq Nasheed, these foundational Black Americans, all of these dudes is COINTELPRO. They all some coons. He ain't even with a full Black woman. Okay, his daughter's grandmother is a freaking Ashkenazi. These people are not for us. They are against us. They are your modern day Uncle Ruckuses. And y'all wonder why I call this out so much. Our people are looking at all the wrong niggas for influence. Somebody literally came on here asking me about Dan Calloway. Okay, if you ain't got no Negro on here telling you how to keep the laws of the Most High, telling you to not trust in man, telling you to believe in Yahusha, telling you to come back to the ways of the Most High, teaching you the scriptures, teaching you what Torah is, helping you come back to your culture, the way the Most High intended, they are of the devil. If you got a Negro out here and they are not teaching you about Torah, about Yahuwah, about Yahusha, about coming back into your righteous place as an Israelite and the descendant of Jacob, they sent by the devil. Anything else is irrelevant. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's spiritual soul. I don't care if it's, NLE Chakra. He called himself NLE Chakra, talking about he talked to water and he be stimulating the chakras and all this goofy stuff. Snoop Dogg, Coon. All of them. They all are. What's the other dude? Nelly, defending Donald Trump. Oh, we're going to talk about Donald Trump today because he don't even believe white supremacy exists. He was literally asked, how do you feel about Black people being killed by police? Well, white people are being killed too. Come on, y'all. Dude is a whole sour cream supremacist. But we're going to keep going, bro. We're going to keep going. All right. So I want to show you guys a few more things here. That I want to point to you about Trump. We've talked about some of these things before, but I just think it's important you understand the type of mindset that he has and how it rubs off on people who support him. Now, when he says make America great again, as I've said before, it means he wants to restore it back to the time where you had no rights. Okay? That's basically what he's saying. And I'm going to just show you the truth of this. All right. So let me show you this first thing. Now, this is Mark Robinson, and he was, I believe he was attempting to be governor, and he did not succeed in that regard. But I want you to just listen to some of the toxic things that he's saying. Now, he said that he wants to restore it to a time where women couldn't vote. Now, y'all do realize that that was during the Reconstruction era. That was prior to the 1964 Voting Rights Act. Okay, so I'm taking you back to a time where our people, well, specifically black men, they had the right to vote, but black women, there wasn't that same, you know what I'm saying, incentive for women to vote, because you gotta understand that black women were mostly Republicans at the time, and they were more traditional than until the feminist movement came and started, you know, lumping other things in with it. But particularly women tended to the household, women were traditional the way they're supposed to be and all of that. And, you know, obviously, the white women of the liberal feminist movement came and they got these black women to say, you know, women are being oppressed, and, you know, therefore black women joined with them, and these white women basically betrayed these black women and started fighting for white women's rights instead of women's rights. So check this out. Let me play this for you real quick.
Idiotic guy was on stage with Candace Owens a few days ago and asked her, what America are we going back to make America great again? The one where women couldn't vote or black people were swinging from trees? I would say to him, if I was standing in front of him, I absolutely want to go back to the America where women couldn't vote.
Now, he didn't, you see, he ran away from the other thing. He ran away from the other thing. Now, let me show you this is actually happening so it makes sense. Look at the whole DEI thing. All right, I want you to think about that for a second. They will start discriminating against women, okay? And say, you cannot work here because you're a woman, all right? Just like they can discriminate against you as a woman, a black woman at that, because if they want a woman, they'll just get a white woman because they feel like they're more certified than black women, even though black women are more certified than them in many things. But anyway, separate conversation. Because they have repealed the affirmative action and the certain protections of discrimination that black people deal with, Negroes deal with, every job that you try to apply at, basically Trump has ripped away the ability for them not to be able to discriminate against you because of the color of your skin or whatever gender you are. Okay? A lot of companies are going to just look at you and see you're a Negro and immediately say, I'm not hiring him, when there's a white man right here that'll do the job better. If they want a white-only workplace, okay, they can do that now. Let me pull this up. This is all coming, y'all. And you know what? Like I said, bro, I got to smoke with all these tap dancers. I got to smoke with all these house Negroes because y'all goofy niggas voted for this, okay? Now, I expect Gentiles to vote for the white man because, you know what I'm saying, their time is coming to an end, so they feel like they can hold on to whatever hope they got left in the Gentile king, the Edomite king. But Negroes, y'all got played, okay? Black men, black women, y'all niggas for Trump, black MAGA and all that goofy stuff. Y'all Negroes got played, okay? They played you. They played you. They gave you a trash president like Joe Biden, right? Who, you know, before Joe Biden, the prices on milk and all that was good, and eggs and all of that stuff, right? And then, you know, you voted for him because you was told to vote for Democrats, right? Then what did they do? They gave you Kamala Harris. They gave you an incompetent president and an incompetent, you know what I'm saying, vice president, where he was tripping over his own feet. Y'all not realize these people are actors, bro? You literally got people who actually are wearing masks of these presidents masquerading as a president. It's not even them. So they played that game with your mind. So naturally, you go from one oppressor and you say, well, I still need to vote for some oppressor instead of just allowing the Most High to guide me and just pulling away from it and waiting until maybe there's a party that would be more better for my people. But no. What you do, you go to the next oppressor, okay? He promises, oh, I'm going to make everything better. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. But here's the thing. He hasn't hid, and his audience hasn't hid how they feel about you. So you think that the white man, who is the face of the party that is known to constantly bring up George Floyd, constantly bring up Black Lives Matter, and I'm not a supporter of Black Lives Matter, all right? George Floyd obviously has some problems, but the nigga did not deserve to die the way that he did. I don't care about his drug problem or any of that. He did not deserve to die the way he did, period. Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, all of them. They didn't deserve it. So you got this party, this political party that loves making jokes about George Floyd, loves cracking jokes about him, calling him fentanyl Floyd and all this other goofy stuff. You thought the man that they like, that they support, is going to do something for you. That's goofy. You got to play. See, this only goes to show that they realize a lot of our people don't research anything and don't realize how brainwashed they know that we are. And look, and now you got black men, black women divided even more now because of this whole politics stuff. And we just pulled out of this, bro. If we just let this crap go, let these heathens have their heathen kings and heathen queens and all of that, and we just let the Most High lead us and guide us, we ain't got nothing to worry about. But y'all Negroes love pale-faced people. You want them ruling over you. You want one marrying you. You want to have a child with these pale-faced people. I don't understand your obsession with them. We don't need them. Let me say it to you again. I don't need nothing from these people. Okay? Yahusha is my refuge, not the white man. I'm sorry, I'm going in today, dude, because y'all Negroes don't get it. If anything, they need you. You don't need them. Okay, you're the one, you are the children Yahuwah promised to deliver. Yahusha said salvation is of the Yahudim. Why do we need them? Why? We don't need them. Stop trying to get in these people's spaces, be accepted by them, be liked by them. Now, if they want to cleave to us, don't turn them away. All right? But I'm talking about outside of our purpose as Israelites. We don't owe anything to these heathens. Other than if they want to seek Yahusha, they want to cleave, we are taught to accept them and love them, and you know what I'm saying, those are the commandments. So we can't turn away Gentiles. But I'm just saying, to Gentiles outside of Yahusha, I don't want to be around them. I don't want nothing to do with them. And to the Gentiles that are in this, that want to shred up on the neck of the Negroes and try to transcend the authority and be the face of this awakening. Let me make something clear. And I'm calling out names today. John Truth, you're not the you're not the face of this awakening. You're not chosen. Alexander, you know who you are. You are not the face of this awakening. Okay, Adam Fink from Parable of the Vineyard. You are not the face of this awakening. This book is not about you. When you're quoting Messiah, you quoting a Negro. When you're quoting Yashar'AL, you quoting a Negro. Every single scripture that you love to post and talk about racism is coming from niggas who look like me. These people want to be the face of this awakening and steal it away from you. You know what? We said, you know what? Hey, you can have your white Jesus. I don't want him. You can have your pagan Christianity. You can have all the things that you know what I'm saying, created, right? Let Rome have it. Let the baby have his bottle. But now what they want to do is, because they realize the Negroes have the truth. Now what they want to do is they want to move over to this. And now they want to come here with their white supremacist mindset and their main character syndrome of listen to me and only me. The Negroes don't matter. You know, white supremacy has no place in his kingdom, right? I want every Gentile to understand the only reason you are being grafted in is to serve the Israelites. Okay, so stop this goofy stuff. There's neither Jew nor Greek. Stop saying that goofy stuff. Every time Yahuwah sent Paul, Paul went to the Yahudim first, the Negroes first. And when the Negroes didn't want to receive it, then he went to the Gentiles. But we are always going to come first. Okay, he said, I am the Eluah of Jacob, of Yashar'AL, not of the heathen. Now, he said that one time. He said, is he Eluah of the Yahudi only? No, he's also Eluah of the other nations. Yes. But the truth of the matter is, you're being grafted into Yashar'AL. Who is the apple of Yahuwah's eyes? Yashar'AL. Who are his chosen people? Yashar'AL. Who is it he says he loves? Jacob. Who is he said he hated? Esau. So y'all Gentiles need to seriously fall back. Stop trying to teach me the scriptures. Stop trying to show me anything. I don't need to listen to you. I don't listen to heathens. There's no point. Y'all don't know anything. Because if you did, we would not be this lost right now. All this time y'all was Christians, y'all could have told us the truth and you didn't. You lied. You lied. I'm never trusting another Gentile to teach me my book. Sorry. Get out of here. These people got a lot of nerve, homie, to try to be telling us all this stuff and, you know, trying to point fingers and wag your finger. Get away from us. We don't need you. You need us. The Bible doesn't say we're supposed to cleave to our enemies. Show me in the Bible where it says I need to cleave to the Gentile. I'm not cleaving to no Gentile. If you ain't really truly cleaving, just get away from me. You can have your white man savior, you know what I'm saying, your white Trump, your white Jesus, your pagan cross, your pagan religions, you know what I'm saying, your bestiality and all the stuff y'all into, your perversion, your wickedness, your idols. You can have all of that. Keep it. You know what I'm saying, your Norse gods. You want your Aryan bloodline, which is really a fallen bloodline, by the way. The Anglo-Saxon is really a descendant of the giants. They don't like talking about that. The shaggy ones. We're letting you have everything that you want, but you're not going to take our book from us. You're not going to take our allure from us. You're not going to whitewash our Mashiach. We ain't falling for your lies no more. All right? You want to be part of this nation? You better get in line. And you better understand we are his beloved and we always will be. And just because you grafted in doesn't make you any above us or equal to us. And that's not me. What I'm saying is the truth of the scriptures. That's why I'm saying salvation is of the Yahudim, not the Gentile. Don't pick and choose what you want to believe. Don't pick and choose what parts of the Bible you want to accept. All right, let's keep going, man. I'm just saying today is that day. Today is the day I'm not going to be so nice, all right? Because I've had enough of these people, all right? Especially the disrespect. Can you imagine coming into my house and making the rules? Can you imagine, like, let's just say you know what I'm saying, out of the nicest of your heart, one of them folk is out there, you know what I'm saying, hungry, ain't got nothing to eat. And you just say, you know what, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to bring you into my house. I'm going to give you food. I'm going to bathe you. I'm going to give you drink. And then they come in your house and say, I don't like this. I don't like that floor mat right there. No. I don't want to eat out of this bowl. Give me another bowl. You know, you give them some eggs, maybe some beef bacon, turkey bacon, because we don't eat that unclean stuff. You know, that's the way of the Gentiles. But you know what I'm saying? And they say, well, I need some toast with my eggs. I need some toast with my bacon. Bro, come on. You done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. You want to come into my house and make the rules? That's why Yahuwah said, boast not against the natural branches. But for some reason, because y'all have not tamed that Edomite spirit that runs through your blood, every single day you Gentiles are constantly boasting against the natural branches. You know how you boasting against the natural branches? Refusing to acknowledge the natural branches by trying to present yourself as if you are a natural branch. The Bible says there's a wild olive tree and there's a natural olive tree. We are the branches of that natural olive tree. That's why Yahuwah makes a distinction. You're being grafted in amongst the natural branches. Nowhere does the Bible say you become a natural branch. It says you are grafted in amongst the natural branches, meaning wild branches, meaning you are still of another stock. You are still of another nation. And me calling you a heathen is not actually wrong. Because if I'm looking at the scripture, the word is gooey. You are basically a convert. That's all you are. You are a convert Gentile. That is essentially, if you want to call them what they really are, in a biblical context, Gentiles are nothing but converts. That's it. You are not an Israelite. You are not a Yahudi. You are not his chosen. You are just a Gentile from another nation who embraced the ways of Yahuwah and you converted to following his ways. That's it. That's all. So please don't go crazy with this pride. Please don't, because you're going to be in for a rude awakening when you realize what your purpose is to make it to the kingdom, and that's servitude. Just keep that in mind, okay? Let's keep going, man. I'm just on fire today, family. So if I seem a little, you know what I'm saying, turned up, I'm sorry, y'all. But it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's like these things need to be made clear. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too much of this. All right, let me show you this next thing here. So listen to what Trump said.
We're going to be doing a lot of things.
Listen to this. All right.
We're going to be doing a lot of things, but we're lowering taxes. We're going to use tariffs very, very wisely. You know, our country in the 1890s was probably, Marsha, probably the wealthiest it ever was. because it was a system of tariffs, and we had a president, McKinley, right? You remember Mount McKinley, and then they changed the name, but one of those things. He was really a very good businessman, and he took in billions of dollars at the time, which today it's always trillions, but then it was billions and probably hundreds of millions. But we were a very wealthy country.
Okay, so he's talking about tariffs. Now, one interesting thing about that is the tariffs were also taking place during the time of the NAZIs. So let me show you this next video, man. This is Trump actually refusing to condemn white supremacy. So he had this this guy's like the grand dragon of the Triple K, okay? And he came out in support of Donald Trump. And so they're asking him, to denounce this guy, and he's all like, "Oh, I don't know nothing about white supremacy. I have no idea who this guy is." They gaslight. They sit there and gaslight you, okay? Let me show you this. This is crazy, fam. All right? But you have to ask yourself, to all the Negroes who voted for this man, who voted for the Mandarin man, I'm going to call him the Mandarin man, okay? If you voted for the Mandarin man, you need to ask yourself several questions. Why do Proud Boys, white supremacists, KKK members, skinheads, and all these other fringe groups within that sect of sour cream supremacy, what do they see in Trump so much that makes them want to support him? Okay? I mean, I literally saw a video of a black man who was at a rally getting beat up by a bunch of them. Y'all got played big time. And I get it, you thought, well, the Democrats are evil, they're unaliving our babies, so on and so forth. Listen, what he is stirring up in them, it's going to almost be the same thing as what you get with the Democrats, because these people want us gone. All right? But let's look at this real quick.
I want to ask you about the Anti-Defamation League, which this week called on you to publicly condemn unequivocally the racism of former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke, who recently said that voting against you at this point would be treason to your heritage. Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Well, just so you understand, I don't know anything about David Duke, okay? I don't know anything about what you're even talking about with white supremacy or white supremacists. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, did he endorse me or what's going on? Because, I know nothing about...
Hold on. Wait. Did he just say, I don't know nothing about white supremacy? He said he don't know nothing about sour cream supremacy. You lying. That is gaslighting for real, bro. Gaslighting. Now, the thing is, that was back then, I think like in 2016, when he won the presidency, that was being addressed. But you're noticing that a lot has changed since then. And now they're being so much more open about how they feel. Let me go back to this.
About David Duke, I know nothing about white supremacists. And so you're asking me a question that I'm supposed to be talking about people that I know nothing about.
But I guess the question from the Anti-Defamation League is, even if you don't know about their endorsement, there are these groups and individuals endorsing you. Would you just say unequivocally you condemn them and you don't want their support?
Well, I have to look at the group. I mean, I don't know what group you're talking about. You wouldn't want me to condemn a group that I know nothing about. I'd have to...
Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, we're talking about the Triple K here. He's saying he doesn't know anything about this, y'all. Just like he told y'all he don't know nothing about Project 2025 and everything he said he was going to do in Project 2025, he is doing. Y'all, but y'all believe the man when he told you he don't know nothing about it, while at the same time coming out and supporting the Heritage product or Heritage Project. All right. He actually acknowledged them and said that they're doing some great things. Y'all let these politics, all they do is lie. Listen to me. All these people do is lie. So why do you continue to believe what they say when they gaslight you like this? That's crazy.
Look, if you would send me a list of the groups, I will do research on them. And certainly I would disavow if I thought there was something wrong. But you may have groups in there that are totally fine, and it would be very unfair. So give me a list of the groups, and I'll let you know.
Okay. I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
Okay. All right. This is some next level gaslighting here. A lot of these politicians are just kings at gaslighting. They're very good at it. Now, let me show you something. This is a video from New York. And this white man was going around talking about white power in the Bronx. Homie, that's the worst thing you can do. You around a bunch of Yahudim, okay, in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in New York that's here. I know Akila's in New York. Shout out to her. You over here yelling out WP in the Bronx. And so these Yahudim, they checked him. And they was going to put hands on him. Because you ain't going to disrespect me to my face. Now is listen, let me make something clear to the Gentiles, to the heathens, to the Edomites. Do not let this man, do not let the 47 bring you into contact with a 45. Because at this point, after all we done dealt with now, we ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? Having to deal with some of y'all if we have to. And at some point, Yahuwah is going to direct us to slay a lot of y'all people. Okay? Yahuwah says, vanquish them. Okay? Vanquish them. I'll get to them scriptures in a minute because judgment is coming. Do not let your love for the 47 get you in contact with a 45. Because a lot of us ain't scared to use it. Okay? But anyway, let me show y'all that. This is what I'm saying. The spirit that's being stirred up by this man in these people is what we are going to be seeing more.
Come get your blood money. Come get your blood money, fuckers. I pulled your damn card. I pulled your fucking card. I pulled your fucking card.
What you talking about?
I'm leaving, dude.
What you talking about?
I'm not fucking with them.
What you talking about?
They start fucking with me.
I'm talking about white power, though.
No,
You in the Bronx.
They started it.
You in the, hold on. Don't move.
They started it. Sorry.
Fucking bugging, nigga. White power what?
Sorry,
White power what? White power what? White power what? White power what?
Look at him, he just tripping
what
over.
Happened? White power what? Fuck out of you in the Bronx, nigga. Are you dumb?
Hey, I love Bronx people, bro. I've always loved the way like black, you know what I'm saying, Negro women talk. That's from the Bronx, and the way they say certain things. Like, are you dumb, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like the way our people talk on the East Coast is so unique versus like how we talk on the West Coast. Like, you know, you could tell somebody's from the West Coast, they're from California, they're like hella. And they got hella girls out there. They got hella people over there. You know what I'm saying? People could tell I'm not from this state that I'm in because of just my swag and like how I talk and stuff like that. But we all have like a unique way, you know what I'm saying, that we talk. You know, our people in the South, you feel what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High, man. But yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You said white power what, right? White power what? You in the Bronx, you in the wrong hood. White power what? White
look
power.
at this Yahudim. We ain't playing with y'all. We are not playing with y'all in these times right now. Okay? That man is gonna make sure that a lot of y'all folks, you know what I'm saying, become nothing but smeared mashed potatoes. All right? Don't let yourself become smeared mashed potatoes, all right? You know, because this man done emboldened y'all for, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know, spitting out all this anti-black rhetoric to our face, especially in our hood. Stop doing that. That's a bad idea. Then you want to turn around and play the victim when these Negroes deal with you. Stop playing with us.
Well, what? White power what? White power what?
Okay.
White power what? White say, nigga. Say you love niggas.
Okay.
Say you love niggas. 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 Fuck out of here. Don't trunk out y'all niggas. Fuck up. Let him go. Let him go. That's it. Run, nigga. Run. Run, nigga. Run up the block, nigga. Before I stab your stupid ass.
You see? We not playing with y'all. Okay? And that's that, you know what I'm saying, that Yahudi. You know what I'm saying? You can hear a growl come out of him. You know what I'm saying? That Yahudi just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when we press up on you like that, then you want to start cowering. Y'all really don't want to smoke with us. And we know a lot of y'all are afraid of us, which is why I say, why do y'all play with us? Why? Why? We are not afraid of y'all. Okay, y'all? Okay, I'm going in again. 3, 2, 1. Y'all keep threatening us with civil war. Homie, we are not scared of y'all. We are not afraid of y'all at all. Y'all, civil war. That's why you got to get the biggest bang you can get, because you're trying to compensate for something. Maybe he's maybe you're overcompensating for something. Maybe you overcompensating. You got to get something real big and go buy something real big because you're scared, because, you know, there's certain things about you that, you know, even your white women is noticing, and, you know, they recognizing that the Negroes, the athletes, the Yahoo team is built a little different than y'all with your recessive genes. Oh, yeah, I understand. A civil war is not a threat to us, because it's not just our strength and our physical, you know what I'm saying, ability, but it's who we belong to that really makes us more of a threat to you than anybody else. If you folks think that we're going to just bow down and allow you guys to try to enslave us again without fighting you with every single force of power we got, and let's just be honest, you remove the bangs, we gonna overtake you. We can easily. But see, that's the thing about the Yahoo team. We are not like y'all. Because if we were like you, there would be no such thing as Caucasians anymore. I'm just saying. If we really was like you, there would be no existence of you people. But yet y'all have tried and attempted to erase whole racial groups of people. The black, you know what I'm saying, indigenous Americans that were here, not our people, but still the ones that were here before us, of the Hamite tribes. Because, you know, you got to factor in like Mansa Musa and a lot of his people, you know what I'm saying, came to America a long time ago. These Hamite tribes came to America, especially when the Egyptians got scattered. A lot of these black, dark-skinned Indians or indigenous Americans you don't really hear too much about. You know why? Because them folks came here and tried to erase them. Now y'all saying deport. Y'all are immigrants. Y'all are freaking immigrants yourselves. Y'all navigated and migrated from Britain. Y'all migrated from the Caucasus Mountains. Y'all are basically immigrants too. And you're talking about my country, give it back to the natives then. But y'all not going to do that, because y'all just steal, kill, destroy. Sounds just like Satan, does it? I mean, it would make sense that, you know, Yahusha said that if you do the will of my Father, you know, in heaven, then you are of my Father. But yet those who are children of Satan, they do the will of their father, which is what? To steal, kill, and destroy. Name any other nation other than the white man who does these things all the time. Steal, kill, destroy. Just like they father the devil. Somebody said play it again. I can't play it again. Honestly, I think the language is already a risk, but at the same time, we have a lot more I got to show you, so we can't really spend too much time on stuff. I still got a lot more I got to show you guys, so we're going to keep going, okay? All right. Let me show you this next thing here. Got a few more other things I want you guys to see. Now, don't forget that Donald Trump's, you know, a lot of the people he is surrounding himself with, you know what I'm saying, are all sour cream supremacists, such as Pete Hegseth. Let me show you him real quick. But I want y'all to understand one thing about this whole illegal thing, all right? This so-called illegal, you know, deportations and all that other stuff, or deporting illegals, they're trying to make you think it's just Hispanics, you know, and Guatemalans and stuff like that being deported. But again, do you think they can tell the difference between a Haitian, a Jamaican, or anybody like that? No, they can't, bro. We're the same people. So what happens when they start seeing black, because that's how them folks think, black, just like they say go back to Africa, but they don't tell us what tribe to go back to, right? They won't even tell us where they brought us from, Negro land, right? All they see is black, okay, for them. Let me show you something real quick. Now, in case somebody say, Yexer, saying that this man hired a bunch of white supremacists is a bit of a stretch. You're reaching, Yexer. Well, this is Pete Hegseth right here, fam. Look at these tattoos on his body, okay? You want to tell me that this is not a sour cream supremacist? Look at this, the cross, the metal cross of the Nazis. Come on, y'all. This is Pete Hegseth. This guy was just nominated by Trump. I forget, you know what I'm saying, what part of the cabinet he's attached to, but yeah, look at this. All right. And I'm supposed to believe these people are not Nazis, Nazis. Of course they are. Tattoos all over his body. You know what I'm saying? With these white supremacist logos. Look at this. Deuce Us, We the People. You got the American flag, the guns crossed over another, which is highly reflective in European pagan nations. They always have like the two swords, you know, crossed together like this. But here he has guns. I mean, bro, look at this. The guns. I mean, come on. Kill, still destroy. These people are colonizers. All right. That's why they love guns so much, because they can still kill, destroy, and do the will of their father when they have these guns. Okay. My. All right, fam. We're gonna keep going because I got more I want to show you. So let me show you this other one. This is proof of how much these conservatives have brainwashed these Negroes that are black conservatives. So basically, this dude, I'm not gonna even explain. I'm gonna just show you. Take a look.
LBJ, that's why you say we have these Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years. But all those policies have not done what they promised. Would you agree?
I would not agree.
So you think we're better off as black people now than we were before LBJ passed those policies?
Yes, brother. We can vote without the threat of violence. Are you talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Is that what you're describing as a negative thing?
I'm not saying the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was. I'm talking about.
That's LBJ. I just want to be clear. That's LBJ, who you said were we better off before LBJ?
Okay. You see that? That's how you tackle these right-wing talking points presented to you by Negroes. See, that brother right there has been so brainwashed by these people. He's basically saying that LBJ is basically, we're better off without LBJ. But LBJ is what allowed us to get certain types of freedoms. So when he says, you know, we were better off before LBJ, that is when we came straight through the Reconstruction era. We had no skills, coming straight out of slavery. Okay? But he doesn't realize how he contradicted himself. Because he's saying that LBJ did nothing for Negroes except get us to vote Democrat. Even though I don't believe in voting at all, right? Y'all know that. What LBJ did give us the ability to do was to vote. And he's saying that, you know, oh, we're going to keep voting Democrat, you know, if we, because of LBJ. But the thing is, he doesn't realize prior to that, we weren't even allowed to vote because we weren't considered human. That's what I'm saying. These Negroes don't really know anything. They're just kind of parroting these talking points by sour cream supremacists. Okay, fam, let's keep going. So now one more thing I want to show you before we continue, because I still have a lot more in this lesson I want to show you guys. I just want to show you this guy that's on his cabinet. Okay, and this guy is over here talking about AI and VAXXs, okay, snake bites that are created by artificial intelligence. I just want y'all to understand, you know what I'm saying, the surveillance state and this police state that they are basically telling you about to your face. Take a listen.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them. I think we have a squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras. It's AI that's looking at the camera. No. You can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately an alarm is going to go off. It's going to, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised at all.
Okay, now I'm going to move on because I got to show you guys some more stuff in a minute. I still have a lot more clips I want to show you, but we're going to just get back to this because there's more to talk about. All right. So let me move forward. Okay. So we are now stepping into this beast system, and it is not yet fully implemented, but we can see this public talks of this AI governance and systemic implementation. And it's looking more like Donald Trump could be one who will lead this world to persecute true Yashar'AL the Negroes. And if he is the anti-Messiah. Let me say it again. If this man is the face that represents those who will persecute Yashar'AL, that means he is the anti-Messiah. Okay? This is why I know the second Exodus is near. But leading up to the deliverance of Yashar'AL, first persecution, then the judgments. Okay? So first there has to be a persecution of us that you're going to notice, a targeting of Negroes. Those persecutions will bring about the wrath of the Most High that will get us up out of here. And like I said, I don't have a date for you, but considering Agenda 2030 was on their agenda and they want to bring it in before 2030, I could say anywhere between now and the next 4 years. Could be next year. It could be this year. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But I'm just telling you that all of this is a sign we are leaving very soon. Because if we don't leave, we're not going to survive. Not with what these people have planned. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah 37-8, for that day is great, and there is not such another, and it is a time of straightness to Jacob, but he shall be saved out of it. In that day, says Yahuwah, I will break the yoke off their neck and will burst their bonds, and they shall no longer serve strangers. So this deliverance would save us from being slaves to these people, would save us from being the reproach and the byword of the heathens. Let's keep going. Barashif, Genesis 15:13-14. And it was said to Abram, you shall surely know that your seed shall be a sojourner in a land not their own, and they shall enslave them and afflict them and humble them 400 years. And the nation whomsoever they serve I will judge, and after this they will come forth with much property. Ma'ashim, Acts 7:6-7. And Eluah spoke in this way, that his seed will be sojourning in a foreign land, and they will be enslaved and mistreated 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said Eluah. And after that they shall come forth and serve me in this place. Jubilees 14:13-14. And it came to pass when the sun is set that an ecstasy fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And it was said unto Abram, know of a surety that your seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall bring them into bondage and afflict them 400 years. And the nation also to whom they will be in bondage will I judge, and after that they shall come forth with much substance. Okay, so you have three witnesses talking about this 400 years. All right, this is not talking about Egypt. I know these Gentiles love to say that. It's not talking about Egypt. Egypt was not 430 years. Even though the movies and the Hollywood propaganda mention 400 years, we know that's talking about slavery. All right? Here in America. This is Galah Abaram, the apocalypse of Abraham. Okay? 32, and we're going to read 1-5. Therefore, Shema Abaram, see and behold, your seventh generation shall go with you, and they will go out into an alien land, and they will enslave them and oppress them for 1 hour of the impious age. Okay, so of the wicked age. Okay, that's where we are right now. But of the nation whom they shall serve, I am the judge, or I am Hashaphat. And Yahuwah said this too. Have you heard, Abraham, what I told you? That your tribe will encounter in the last days, or the last days? So this is not talking about no Egypt. Yahuwah told Abraham this oppression, this hatred, and this affliction would happen to his seed in the last days. That's where we at right now, fam. Okay, let's keep going. Abarim, having heard, accepted the words of Yahuwah in his heart. Hear therefore, Abraham, and see, for behold, in the 7th generation from you shall they leave the land of their slavery, after they have been ill-treated, as it were for an hour of the age of wickedness, and the nation whom they shall serve I will judge. So we see the apocalypse of Abraham, it agrees with Torah, it agrees with the renewed covenant, it agrees with Jubilee, you know what I'm saying, Jubilees, which is Apocrypha. All these things connect. Let's keep going. All right, now this is Sulam Ya'akub, or the ladder of Jacob. And this one is very, very telling. And yes, it is canonical, and you're going to see that in a second. When a king arises and fights, then will there be to that place, when the Most High gives his shafat, judgment to that place, he will lead forth men, then will your seed, even Yashar'AL, go forth out of bondage of the heathen who ruled over them with violence, police brutality, Planned Parenthood, okay? The gang violence that's been pushed on us by our enemies. The lynchings, the tree hangings, Negroes dying in the prison industrial complex that did nothing wrong, free slave labor, all right? Ruled over them with violence, and will be set free from all reproach of their enemies. For this king is the head of every revenge and retribution of them that make attacks on you, Yashar'AL. So this king that's going to bring about the judgment of these nations is going to be basically a representation of all the hate that Edom has for Jacob. And it's going to prove to you, it's talking about Esau in a second. But I just want you to understand, this king is going to be a representation. When these Gentiles look upon this king, they can find a way to be able to justify the hate of the Negro. Let's keep going. And at the end of the age, for the miserable will rise and cry, and Yahuwah hears them. All right, let's keep reading. The first that stumbles upon the steps, angels ascending and descending, and faces in the midst of the step. The Most High will raise up an heir of the descendants of your brother Esau. Let me give that to you again. The Most High will raise up an heir of the descendants of your brother Esau. This is the father speaking to Jacob, okay? And all the kings of the nations of the earth will accept it who have done evil against your seed, okay? So the world will accept Esau. They will accept those who have colonized and done evil to Jacob and his children, his descendants. This is why they took these books out. I'm telling y'all, bro. The more I read the Apocrypha, the more I see this is about us. This is us. This is us. This is us. Just more Black history to uncover. All praises. Okay. So let's keep going. The Most High will raise up an heir of descendants of your brother Esau, and all the kings of the nation of the earth will accept it who have done evil against your seed, and will be given into his hand, and he will be hardly borne by them, but he begins to rule over them with violence and to reign over them, and they cannot resist him until the day when his decree goes forth for them to serve other idols. Okay? And I do believe that's coming next, because I think about the Sunday law, I think about the one world religion, I think about the Trump worship and all this other stuff. Hey, they actually built a statue of Trump recently. And like I said, at what point does it go from praying for Trump to praying to Trump? Okay. And know you, Jacob, that your seed shall be strangers in a strange land, and men will ill-treat them with bondage and lay blows on them daily. Okay, so we think about the whips, we think about the beatings, we think about how these cops take that nightstick and beat us. Okay, random acts of violence towards black women being violated. Okay, Negroes being beat up by the police, knocked out. You know what I'm saying, in the worst way. All right. But the people whom they serve will Yahuwah judge. Okay? So if you are a Negro who was brought to this country against your will, forcibly migrated, packed on slave ships, scattered to the four corners of the earth through the transatlantic slave trade, which is the most lucrative trade that has ever taken place amongst the European nations. Okay? And if you are a descendant of those slaves brought and scattered, I don't care if you are Jamaican, I don't care if you are Caribbean, I don't care if you are Bantu African, okay, Haitian, You are Jacob. You are an Israelite. And those who oppressed you, which are the Europeans, they will be judged. Now, if you're not in America, don't worry about it because he's going to deliver all his children, as the scriptures say. But America, oh, she really going to get it. She really going to get it. Let's keep going. And know you, Jacob, to etc. Two will Yahuwah judge, for the Most High will let himself pity, etc., to the saving of your race or your people or your nation, that the Most High may have compassion. Then will their women bear much fruit. And then fights Yahuwah for your race with terrible and great signs, okay? So Yahuwah fights for his people, for his heritage, for his chosen, right? To preserve their people, to preserve us as a nation, right? And he said, it says he fights with us with terrible and great signs. For the bondage inflicted on them, their full storehouses will be found empty of wine, okay? And of every fruit, their land will boil over with creeping things, and every deadly thing, earthquakes, and much destruction there will be. So this goes in line perfectly with what they're doing right now, because they're making you think we're going to make it all better, make it all better, make it all better, right? But Yahuwah is going to tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. So when I see them promising peace and safety, as the scriptures say, they talk about, as soon as they say peace and security, sudden destruction comes. Oh, this is that, family. This is that, okay? Trump's job is to make the Gentiles believe, especially people that have his mindset, that everything is okay, all right? And that's going to bring about the wrath of the Most High to tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. That's why it says this land is going to be desolate, okay? The Most High's wrath is going to be unrelenting upon this nation. That's what I think we're seeing right now. Sassy says, I love the way you say Europeans. Yeah. All right, fam, we're going to keep going, okay? And let's keep reading this ladder of Jacob. Then will Yahuwah accomplish his judgment on that place, and will lead forth your seed out of the bondage of the heathen, which rule over you with violence. And they will be saved from the reproaches of their enemies, but the head of the king will be for an object of revenge. Bitterly stands up he against them. Okay? So as I've been saying for a long time, our deliverance is going to be preceded by judgment. Okay? That's why I keep telling you, pay attention to what's happening to them. All right? Them judgments on them Gentiles, okay? That is proof. That is something to be looking for, okay? So Yashar'AL, if there's anything that you can learn from this study so far, you need to be looking at what's happening to them, okay? When them making crying video, oh, I'm so sorry. Why am I going through this? Oh, it's going to get worse. Oh. That's who you need to pay attention to, okay? Because then that lets you know how much more closer we are to the judgment of the Most High. When you start, I mean, bro, even with them dying out right now, their birth numbers being low, that's a judgment, okay? Them going extinct, them becoming the minority, them becoming the byword, being called Karens and Kins and cave dwellers and Neanderthals, and the truth coming out about them being Neanderthals, the truth coming out that they got Neanderthal genes, the truth coming out that they're recessive, that they're weaker, that they're, you know what I'm saying? All of these truths that they've been able to sow in our minds, white supremacy, right? They've been able to say we're better than the Negroes, we're better, white is right, white is right, white is right. But now the truth is coming out that y'all are actually cave dwellers, that y'all are actually Neanderthals, that y'all are actually recessive creatures that crawled around on all fours. That the Moors, the Negroes, some of them was Israelites, some of them civilized white people, Caucasians. Because y'all were over here eating bloody meat. Y'all was frolicking in the forest with animals, laying down with goats, you know what I'm saying? Bending over goats, doing all type of bestial stuff, all type of disgusting, primal, just, y'all didn't bathe regularly. You know what I'm saying? You barely wash your ass. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going in. You know what I'm saying? All of this information coming out, bro. All this information coming out right now is proving sour cream supremacy is coming to an end. And these people look to Trump because when they look at him, they see someone who can defend sour cream supremacy. They are looking to him to preserve them and their privilege. Okay? They are looking for someone to tell them it's going to be all right. I'm telling you, it's not going to be all right. I'm here to tell you the Most High is going to judge you people. Now, again, if you are of the other nations, I'm not saying you can't be saved, but come from amongst them. You got family members that are Trump supporters, you need to separate yourself. You got white people in your family that, you know what I'm saying, are obviously, you know, racist against black people, has bad things to say about black people. You know what I'm saying? You need to come from amongst them. If you might have made snide comments about Haitians and talking about they a bunch of cannibals, okay? You need to renounce and denounce that. Them is his people. Them is our people. Them is Yahuwah's people. I'm telling you, if you have ever in your life said anything racist about us, anything evil against us, or wished evil on us, I am asking you to repent right now. Because what is coming, not by the hand of the Gentiles, but what our Father is going to do. And I just showed you the scriptures. Now, that's up to you if you choose to continue to be the way you are. But I'm just telling you, what's coming to you ain't pretty. He's already judging you. That's why y'all are going extinct. That's why your numbers are dwindling. That's why you're not making as many babies anymore. Let's keep going. But they will cry, and Yahuwah hears. He hears them and pours out his wrath upon the Leviathan and the sea serpent and smites the lawless with the sword. For against the Eluah of Elohim raises up his pride. But then Jacob appears your righteousness and that of your fathers, and of them shall be after you, walking in righteousness, and then shall your seed blow with the trumpet, and the whole kingdom of Edom shall perish with all the king and people and the Moabites. Okay? So you can see that this kingdom and this nation that will be judged is going to be heavily under Edomite rulership. And obviously we can see that's taking place right now. Let's keep going. Yahuwah has pronounced judgment upon America, and the heathens know they are going into captivity. Therefore, they are doing everything possible to prevent it by attempting to do away with Jacob's seed, the Negroes. Them deporting illegals is not about Hispanics, Asians, and these other Gentile groups. It is about you, Yashar'AL. These deportations and all this other stuff, this stuff is about you. Okay, they're not going to tell you that, but I'm going to show you a few videos here. All right, there have already been Negroes who said some of them have gotten taken into custody, and they are literal actual citizens. Okay, the sentence of slaves nonetheless, but they were actually deported. Okay, and brought to, you know, jail and all this other stuff. Okay, I'm serious. All right. They are targeting indiscriminate Negroes, okay? They see Haitian, they see a Negro who look like a Haitian. Bro, we all look the same, like I said. They don't care. They'll still deport you, even if you got your birth certificate and everything. They don't care. Do y'all not understand the spirit that's on them? All right, let me show you this first thing.
Them people knocked at my door last night. ICE. No bullshit. Around 2 a.m., we got a knock on the door. I was looking through the peephole. It was like 3 men standing there. They was knocking on my door, and I could see them knock on the neighbor door and everybody else's door, but I didn't fucking answer because I clearly knew who they were, and I knew who they were here for. And I literally watched people get walked out of their houses, and up there, Mexicans downstairs, Mexicans across from, literally everyone around me. I live on this whole side where all the Mexicans stay at. Seriously, because I know they party every night, and they still ain't invited me for no tacos. But yes, and then I woke up this morning, and it's Sunday, so all the work trucks usually be outside. Like I saw 5 work trucks usually be outside because they don't work on Sunday. I see 1 truck out. And I just want to say this is very much sad. And like I said, only 1 truck is out there. It's usually 5 work trucks. It's usually packed in our parking lot on Sundays where we can never find parking because everybody's usually home. There's 1 work truck out there today. Literally 1 work truck. The parking lot is freaking empty. There's parking.
Okay, So you guys see, basically, they showed up to this black woman's house. All right. They are doing this. All right. And they are going to start coming to Negro neighborhoods and start rallying us up. Now, listen. It's not a reason to be scared or anything. I'm not saying this to scare you, family. I'm telling you this to be aware, because they want you to think it's about these Hispanics and Asians and all this other stuff. Homie, it's about you. They're trying to get rid of you. Okay. They're just using these other nations. That's why I started out with them first, because they want you to think, some of our people will be snitching on these people and be like, oh yeah, get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of them. But listen, they are rounding up Negroes too, okay? So-called African Americans. Let me show you this. It's another video I want to show you guys of this sister, and she's telling you that's exactly what they're doing. They are targeting us too, all right? So don't think, these FBAs out here say, get rid of these tethers and all this goofy stuff they say. Well, it's not just Hispanics getting this, all right? It's Negroes too. And that's the narrative I have to show you, because that's some of them ain't gonna talk about that. Look at this. Here we go.
On Thursday, ICE detained American citizens, a military veteran, and one of my colleagues and her son, who is 8 years old. Now, my colleague and her son are Black American citizens. They have Jamaican ancestry. They were detained for over 24 hours. That's how long it took us and lawyers to get them out of ICE detainment. And the son now has extensive trauma, and they are Black Americans. I'm not sitting this out. I just said in another video, I'm not sitting anything out because our community is going to need us. Black Americans were detained. That means they're not going after just people who are illegals, as you want to call them. They're going after whoever they can. And the 14th Amendment was an amendment that gave Black people birthright citizenship that were descendants of slaves. So if that is repealed and they go after one group, who do you think they're going after next? I'm not sitting anything out. Not when my community is going to need me. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So understand the agenda that is coming. Now, this is very interesting to me here. Some of these African countries where our people are offering us citizenship here. Maybe this is all part of y'all's divine plan. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is, because I want to be careful. I'm saying? I don't want people to think, oh, I need to go, I need to leave now. Listen, I'm not telling you to. I'm just bringing attention to the fact that some of these African countries are accepting us, Haitians and all of that. So let me see if I can pull up this article real quick here. So I'm just saying there could be a divine plan of the Father, despite all of this. Let me show you this. So it says top 8 African countries accepting so-called African Americans. Let me pull this up for you. There could be, some divine plan in this. Now, that's not to say that all of us are going to be rounded up. I think a good chunk of us could be removed, right? But I still believe that those of us who are not removed are still going to be brought out of this land. Either way it goes. Some of us might be brought out of this land sooner than we think, and some of us might be here until Yahuwah fully delivers us. But I'm just saying, like, it could be something that Yahuwah is putting forth, because he's going to remove his children before he judges this place. It's because that's how bad it's going to be. So I'm not looking at this as totally a bad thing in certain aspects, because if they're sending us back to the motherland, all praises to the Most High. I want that. Like, screw this country. You know what I'm saying? I hate it here. I'm just waiting on the Most High to get me up out of here, man, and then we gone. You feel me? So, I don't know. I'm just saying it could be a possibility. Let's look at this. The African-American connection to Africa. All right, we're not going to read all of that. But Ghana is accepting Negroes, or so-called African-Americans. All right? You have Sierra Leone embracing descendants. Look at this. Bro, come on, man. I would leave America in a heartbeat, bro. You know what I'm saying? With all of this. This is beautiful. Nigeria embracing dual nationality. Look at that. See, they told you that, Africa's underdeveloped and people are living in mud huts. Look at this beautiful city. Look at this. This is Nigeria. Family. Finally, don't you let these Europeans make you hate Africa. Don't you let them make you hate that land. Our inheritance is in the continent of Africa. Just don't forget that. South Africa, a bold move in strengthening ties. Look at this. It almost kind of looked like downtown LA. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I used to always be in downtown LA. You know what I'm saying? And it's like beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you that. Gabon, okay, to strengthening ties with the diaspora. Cape Verde towards inclusive national identity. All right. Zimbabwe opening its doors. Kenya offering a new home. Yada yahoo. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, you know, I still think you need to be careful about these ICE agents, though, because I don't believe some people are being deported. I believe some of them are being mistreated, possibly unalived. And I do believe at some point there will be some sort of like detention centers or FEMA camps where they're going to be rounding Negroes up. So I'm not going to say definitively I know this is of the Most High because I don't know. I need to see a little bit more of how this is going to pan out. But if they really moving us back to Africa, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'll take it. Tanzania. Yeah, that's just a few of them, but, you know, there's a bunch of them that are accepting us. So, you know, I'm not really considering this like all the way a bad thing. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go, for real. Whenever the Most High says it's time to go, I'm jumping at the opportunity. All right, let's keep going, fam. Oh, one more thing. Let me show you this real quick. Now, what I noticed that they're doing is they are like pushing out these images of Haitians. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me show you this article real quick, fam. All right. Boy, we got so much to show. I got so much I got to show you guys. It says, Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio, turn to faith amid deportation fears. All right. And these are the Haitians here. But when you look at them, bro, you can't even tell the difference, fam. You cannot tell the difference. Like, look. Let me close this. These are Haitians, okay? But they Negroes. This is your normal, typical pagan, you know what I'm saying, Church of God in Christ, evangelical, well, I won't say evangelical, but your black church, right? You would probably go to this Haitian church and hear them speaking a whole different language, but as soon as them songs come on, y'all gonna be singing the same, y'all gonna be worshiping the same, y'all gonna be clapping the same. Come on, homie, these is your people, family. Let's look at this. It says, Springfield, Ohio, at the end of this Sunday service, the pastor of the First Haitian Evangelical Church of Springfield, Ohio, asked ushers and musicians to form a circle around him as he knelt in prayer, flanked by the flags of Haiti and the United States. Let's keep going. Many had come to receive this blessing and hear his guidance on how to deal with federal agents in case of raids stemming from President Donald Trump's crackdown on immigration. Other congregants stayed home out of fear and growing uncertainty. All right. I asked God to protect my people, the Reverend Reginald Salakatis said after the service. Reflecting on his final prayer, I prayed especially for the Haitian community, and I prayed for the USA too, because Trump is our president. As a church, we have an obligation to pray for him because he's our political leader. Yeah, I'm not praying for that devil. Sorry. Some of Springfield's estimated 15,000 Haitians are seeking solace and divine intervention in their churches or at shops that sell spiritual products. Community leaders, many are overwhelmed by fears Trump will end or let expire the temporary protected status program that allows them to remain in the U.S. legally. The community is panicking, said Viles Dorsville, the leader of Springfield's Haitian Community Help and Support Center. They see the arrests on TV in other parts of the country, and they don't know what's going to happen. The majority of immigrants in the USA are not criminals. They're hardworking people. Now, this is actually true because I don't live that far from Springfield. Matter of fact, when I was working my medical job, before I was really doing this full time like I'm doing it now, I've had to make a lot of trips to Springfield, Ohio. And to be real with you guys, like what they're saying is happening is not happening, bro. These people are not eating cats. Matter of fact, these white people are mad at them because they're out there because white people are lazy. All right. They didn't want to take those jobs. Okay. So the Haitians, they'll happily take those jobs. They're mad at the Haitians for the jobs they refuse to do. These white people don't want to do anything. They're the ones that are on government benefits. They're the ones living off the government. They're the ones who don't want to do any work. Yet these Haitians are coming to America to work. They actually want to do the work. All right. They want to do it. The other day I had somebody, drop off some food. I ordered some food. It was a Haitian. I'm noticing even now, like more now, like a lot of the Uber drivers and Lyft drivers are Haitians, Jamaicans, Africans. A lot of these Europeans, you know what I'm saying, don't want to do certain jobs. And the jobs that they won't do, or even what our people won't do, the Haitians will gladly do it. The Jamaicans, the people from the Caribbeans will gladly do it. It's not their fault that they have more work ethic than you when you guys are the same people telling us to stop being lazy when you're the ones that are lazy. All right? We know you're lazy because if you weren't, you would have never needed slaves. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, if them folks wasn't lazy, then why did you need slaves? Why? You wasn't capable. You did not have the strength. You did not have the ability to build up this country by yourself because you would have did it by yourself. The fact that you needed slaves proves you're the ones who always been lazy. Okay, my bad, y'all. All right, we're gonna keep going. All right, so don't never let these folks gaslight you and tell you black people are lazy when they literally hired slaves to build this country. That's wild, bro. Wow. Okay, let me show you this next article, family. It says CBS. This is CBS News. And it says, U.S. expels nearly 4,000 Haitians in 9 days as part of a deportation blitz. Okay, there's a video clip here. We're going to watch the video clip so I don't have to read the whole article. Let me unmute this. Make sure my sound's on. Yep. Okay, fam.
9-day period without allowing them to...
Bro, this is a beautiful black woman, by the way. Just saying.
...seek asylum. Officials cleared a massive camp of about 30,000 migrants in Del Rio, Texas, that became a flashpoint of the immigration debate. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is renewing efforts to shield hundreds of thousands of dreamers from deportation. It is the latest move to shore up the DACA program, which protects people who came to the U.S. as children. So CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez is here to discuss all of this with us. Camilo, let's start with a breakdown of President Biden's new DACA proposal. What does it mean? And, can we expect more legal challenges?
Good morning, Emery. The Department of Homeland Security has published a rule that would implement the DACA program through a federal regulation. When it was created.
Now, give me 1 second. While you guys watch this, I'm going to pull up an article about their plan to target Africans, Haitians, Negroes. I'm going to pull that up in a second. So give me 1 minute.
In 2012, DACA was actually created through a Department of Homeland Security memo, not a federal regulation that is open to public comment. So starting today, the public will have 60 days to file comments for or against this proposal. And the Department of Homeland Security is supposed to take that feedback into account when it creates a final regulation that would supersede the 2012 DACA memo. Again, this is the Obama-era program that grants deportation relief and work permits to undocumented immigrants who arrived in the U.S. as children. And this proposed rule is really, as you mentioned, a effort to shore up the DACA program and to protect it from legal challenges. You may recall, Anne-Marie, that back in July, a federal judge in Texas declared DACA unlawful and actually closed the program to new applicants. In addition to questioning DACA's broader legality, that judge in that case said that the Obama administration should have implemented the program through a federal regulation, not a memo. So this rule is designed to address that particular concern from that judge. However, again, Democrats and the Biden administration have said that this is not a permanent solution, that it is still up to Congress to place this population and other undocumented immigrants on a pathway to U.S. permanent status.
All right, let's talk about the Haitians and the deportations there. They were carried out for health concerns under Title 42 that has to do with the COVID-19.
And yes, shout out to Royal. This is exactly what we're in right now. We are entering into the Fourth Reich. Okay, so what you think of with World War II, and you think about the Nazis and all of that, we are entering into the Fourth Reich. This is not a authoritarian regime. This is a dictatorship. Now, I'm going to expose to you and help you understand fascism, because fascism is what this is all about. Fascism is not the same as authoritarianism, because fascism is highly more based upon race and color, okay? And what he is doing, and this is white supremacy, just come on, say it with me, y'all. Sour cream supremacy. That's what this is. It is sour cream supremacy. If you are not Caucasian and you are not white or of the Anglo-Saxon stock, okay, you are who they are going to target. And it's not just Negroes. I mean, it would be, you know, Mexicans and Latinos and all of that, right? And I'm not talking about Afro-Hispanics or nothing like that. But they want to make this all white. And to be honest with you, they would still probably keep a lot of those Asians and other individuals around, because they'll still, you know what I'm saying, get them to do certain things for them. But as far as us, oh, they want us gone. Sour cream supremacy. That's what it is. Okay, this is what this is. Okay, now, again, to the Gentiles that don't like me saying this, how can you tell me the white man is not the devil? How? Make it make sense. Now, if the white man is not the devil, right now is your time to shine, to prove to us you are not. But yet, you're proving to us you are. And when you are the face of the persecution against the children of Jacob and you pale skin, you are the devil. Okay? Period. Because the devil hates Jacob just as much as Esau hated Jacob. So if the devil hates Jacob and hates the Messiah of Jacob and the Allure of Jacob, if you hate Jacob, you are right in line with your father, the devil. Anyway, let's keep going.
Pandemic. Is this valid, or is the system overloaded? Were the 4,000 that were deported, were they tested or inoculated or anything before they were deported?
Great question. So for context, in just 9 days, the U.S. has carried out 37 deportation flights to Haiti, deporting nearly 4,000 single adults and families with children. We know that among the deportees, there have been 100 families with children, and some of the minors arriving in Haiti, Anne-Marie, were actually born in Chile, Brazil, Panama, Venezuela, and other parts of South America, because their Haitian parents moved to these countries years ago to find jobs.
Now, let me show y'all some more evidence of them targeting Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Our own people, you know what I'm saying? Targeting us. Like I said, when I think of Haitians and Jamaicans and, you know, Bantu Africans that come here, bro, I don't be thinking about them as a separate people because they Negroes. So I'm thinking about them just as much as I'm thinking about so-called African Americans. Let me show you this next thing. All right. This is another sister, and she says that her family was targeted for this.
Okay, just when you think things can't get no worse, it just got bad. My cousin just got deported, y'all. He has been in the United States for 30 years, but he was originally born in Trinidad. He served in the United States Army, but he was not born in America. Do y'all know that he just got rounded up by ICE? He just got rounded up. That is scary. That's scary, because Trump was saying, and we all understood and we all felt it, and we agreed, because we do not want them illegals coming over here and doing no crazy stuff to us, all this stuff that they doing. And, you know, yeah, no, we don't want crazy illegals. But you said that the process of going through it and doing it the right way, we welcome anyone. These people have already went through the process.
See, you see what I mean? Black people got played, bro. Y'all Negroes got played. How much longer are you going to let these heathens play in your face, lie to you, and take advantage of y'all ignorance? Because y'all following goofy ass niggas like Tariq Nasheed, okay? Goofy tap dancing Sambo Negroes like Roland Martin, who's Black Boule, by the way. When are y'all going to get under some real Israelites who truly love the Most High, who truly follow the scriptures, and have taken their mind, their soul, their being, and their heart out of Babylon? Y'all keep looking to these people who don't care about you. Why? They don't care about you, bro. They ain't got no problem lying in your face. They ain't got no problem making racial comments, talking about they're eating all the cats. They're eating all the cats. And then when Daniel Penny gets exonerated because he killed a black man who was a street performer who was obviously dealing with some mental health issues or whatever, he tackles the dude, chokes him to death, and then literally that white man gets invited to a ball game with J.D. Vance and Trump. Come on, y'all. They ain't hiding anything. Elon Musk got away with what he did, and the Jewish people ain't calling him out, ain't calling AS on him, calling him anti-Semitic or nothing like that. You know why? They one and the same. They have no problem ignoring the fact he did a whole Nazi salute as long as they can send racist dog whistles to people who know exactly what that symbol means, who have that mindset. As long as the Ashkenazi Amalekite can make the Anglo-Saxon believe he's in charge, they can use the Anglo-Saxon to go after Jacob. That's just how it works. This is crazy.
And they have status. And they're getting rounded up because they wasn't born in America. But they have lived here for 30 years and they are here legally and they have served in this military. But they being deported.
All right. This is what these FBA Negroes ain't going to tell you. And like I said, all y'all coon tap dancing Negroes defending, you know what I'm saying, Tariq Nasheed, who ain't even with a full black woman, by the way. This dude, Tariq Nasheed, said that, you know, Project 2025 is a nothing burger. And see, they're gonna be, you know, I mean, bro, I'm literally seeing, you know what I'm saying, Daughters of Zion attacking other black women and saying she's not black, she's Jamaican. She's not black, she's Nigerian. These dirty Africans. Bro, that's what white people say. You sound like them. Do y'all not realize that this, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, a lot of these like FBAs and Native Americans, bro, it's really just agents, bro. They sound just like the oppressor, just like them, while over here talking about sour cream supremacy. I'm fully against sour cream supremacy. I don't want to sound like the white man, look like the white man, be accepted by the white man. I don't want nothing to do with them folk. If I'm being real with you. As far as outside this truth, if you walk in this truth with us, I ain't got no problem with you. But I have no interest in following the way of the heathen, being around the heathen, you know what I'm saying, learning from the heathen, being taught by the heathen. I'm fed up with the heathen. And I've been for a while. And now people saying, Yashar's racist, Yashar's racist. Okay, if that's how you feel, cool. Because it's crazy, they call Yasher racist, but I'm one of the few Israelites, along with a few others, that will literally say, yeah, y'all folks can be saved. I'm not out here telling you that you can't be saved. There ain't no videos of me commanding white people to kiss my feet. I don't condone none of that goofy stuff that they do. I'm still teaching the Gentiles the ways of the Most High. They're welcome to come to me if they're trying to understand the scriptures, and a lot of them do, and I respect them that do because they're really trying to know the Most High. But to say I'm racist is goofy, all right? But you got to understand, this is what you Gentiles don't understand. What you're seeing and what you're hearing from the Israelites is coming from an Israelite perspective and the Israelite experience, what we've been dealing with since we've been here. You haven't experienced it because you have experienced the benefits that the Israelites have not, which is privilege, which is wealth, which is, you know what I'm saying, being able to say things and do things that we can't get away with. Okay? A white man can cuss out a cop, say all type of stuff to a cop and not end up dead. With us, it's a wrap. I mean, you know, you have European, you know what I'm saying, immigrants here illegally too. But nobody's talking about Europeans. It's just people with melanin in their skin, people with a darker skin, right? That y'all focus on. But y'all don't realize y'all some damn immigrants. Colonizer immigrants, by the way. Y'all came here because y'all stole, killed, destroyed. Let me show y'all this next thing, man. I just have to speak the truth, man. And listen, some of y'all don't like it, bro, but it is what it is, bro. Let me show you this video of Tupac from back in the day. He was talking about the police brutality and stuff like that. And, you know, the white woman tried to kind of downplay it, right? As they, most of the times they do, but take a look for yourself.
I just said I don't write songs about cop killing.
But it did have the lyrics in there.
Of the songs on your album mention cop killing?
No.
Oh, that's not true.
No. All my
is
songs
not
talk about
true.
police brutality and self-defense. Now that's something different.
If we're going to talk about police, this man over here is in a really rough area, and he puts his life on the line every day.
Okay, hold on. Let me address this Kimberly person. Kimberly says, we can't help what color we are. You sound racist. No, you can't help what color you are. Just like I can't help what color I am. But here's the thing. You don't have to be like your people, okay, which are of a certain color. People of Caucasian descent, people of European descent, they have a tendency to steal, kill, and destroy. All right? That's what they do. And let me just be honest with you. We don't have enough power to be racist here, as one of my sisters in the chat said. White people love to say we're racist, but that's illogical because racism is systemic. All right? I may have a prejudice, like now I'm not prejudiced against white people or nothing like that, but you can have black people can have a prejudice towards white people, but we don't have enough power to bring forward a system to literally oppress white people. We don't have that kind of power here. Okay, if I have a prejudice towards a white person or something of that nature, I am not able to create a system to continually work against them economically. We don't have that kind of power. Y'all do. Y'all do. Look at what you're doing right now. Look at what Trump is doing right now. Look at the power of the white man. Come on. We ain't got that kind of power. What can we do? These are executive orders this man is signing to work against everyone who is not white. Okay? That shows y'all are the problem. You're the ones with all the power. What does the scripture say? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world that follows. Meaning Esau will be in power until the black king Yahusha comes back. We ain't got no power to be racist. Like I said, a black person can be prejudiced, and I don't encourage being prejudiced against white people or nothing like that, but I can't ignore how, if you show me who you are and I see this is what you are, I'm going to believe it. Y'all don't got a good track record. If you really love the Most High and you really cleaving, prove it. Prove it. Prove you really cleaving to us. Show me that you're not just another, sour cream supremacist trying to hang on to Yahusha and still holding on to a white Messiah in your mind. Show me you accept the Negro King Yahusha. Prove it to me. Okay? They start cracking after Negroes. You going to hide a black family in your house? Prove it. You really cleaving? Prove it. You really care about Yahuwah's people? Go take in a Haitian family in your white households that the police ain't going to be worried about. Prove it. If you really cleaving, prove it. Go take in a Jamaican family that could be facing this. Go take in an African-American that could be facing this. A Haitian that could be facing this. If you really cleaving to us. Because a lot of y'all wouldn't. Let's just be real. You ain't fooling nobody. They love to gaslight us, bro. I'm just saying. You ain't gonna gaslight me.
So much respect for him for that, but look, we have to live in the same neighborhoods without bulletproof vests, without backup, without walkie-talkies, without guns, without tear gas, without pepper spray, without batons. So now we have to fix the problem.
These people don't see it every day.
No, but what I would like to see is for children in our country to have a better future than what you guys have. And that's not going to happen when he's repressing his generation and his people by saying they have no hope.
What do you know about my people?
I know a lot about your people.
Okay, this is what they do. Okay? You see, even back in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, it's always been this way, right? They only understand us from a certain perspective. which is mainly what the the media tells them. You know what I'm saying? The media puts in their minds that we're all violent, we're criminals, we're savages, we're racist, everything, all this other stuff, right? But then they refuse to acknowledge that their people have created these systems of discrimination. Okay, the classification of race came from a white man. I've done a teaching on it in the past. His name escapes me for the moment right now, but race classification was started by white men. Okay, segregation, white men. All right, the Aryan ideology, white men. All right, so I just want you to understand now, Israelites were black, right? But we also understand that the nations at the time would have also been melanated people, right? So the Moabs will be known as the Moabim or the Moabites, the Amorites, the Ammonites, so on and so forth. Every single tribe and people were known because they were all black. The only way to know that they were different is because of their culture and because of their language. Okay. But we realize that every black person was not, in the biblical times, every black nation that was around us was not of an Israelite stock. But we knew that these people were different from us simply because they spoke a different language, simply because their culture was different than ours. The Yashar'AL, the Israelites, okay, we were separated from the other nations. So these black nations, the Most High didn't want us mixing with, being with, marrying, none of that, because he chose the people unto himself. Separation is what this is all about. Okay, this integration stuff that MLK pushed on this community of Negroes has not worked for us. Integration only gave them more access to us. Integration only gave realms for like Rosewood and Tulsa, Oklahoma and stuff like that. Integration has not worked for us. Integration allowed them to put Planned Parenthood in the hood. As I said before, when it comes to civil rights, bro, I understand MLK was a sellout. He was a coon. He was, black boule. All right. But if I'm being honest with you, Malcolm X's approach was way more realistic than MLK's was. That's why even my dad was like a revolutionary. He couldn't stand MLK. He hated him. You know what I'm saying? He used to call him Martin Luther Coon Jr. And now I see why. Now I see why. Malcolm X had a much more realistic perspective when it's dealing with segregation. He was like, okay, fine. If they don't want us around, we need to focus on our people. We need to build up our people. We need to establish our own thing, and we don't need to rely on them at all. Okay. Marcus Garvey, well, he kind of believed in kind of implementing with them. I didn't really, rock with him that much in that regard because I don't believe in integration with them. Especially when Yahuwah called us to be separate from the other nations. And then you have Fred Hampton. And Fred Hampton was a perfect example of what I think if we focus on our community, we can do better. So the Black Panther Party, they created after school programs. They created, free breakfast programs for the children. You know what I'm saying? They were really building up their community. And that's why them white folks, killed Fred Hampton when he was in his sleep. You feel what I'm saying? They've never wanted us to work together with each other, which is why I'm saying if y'all got a problem with this DEI thing, hey, go support a Black Israelite. Go support our Patreon content. You know what I'm saying? If we get banned off of YouTube, whatever it might be, support us. Stop supporting them. Stop buying their brands. Stop buying their Nike. Stop buying their shoes. There's a lot of Israelites out here that make stuff, okay? We creative people, right? Go on Etsy. Go find you an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Go buy a shirt. Go buy a hoodie. Go support us. If you like their content, support their Patreon. All right. And I'm not telling you to support mine or nothing like that if you don't feel led to, but I'm just saying we need to be supporting each other. I follow there's several creators on Patreon that I support because I just love their content. I love what they do, and I want to support my people. If I see a family Negroes that have a food place, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna go support them. I'm gonna support them. When I used to live in off of Crenshaw, I used to go to the Slauson Swap Meet, and I used to go to the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. And I've been to the Nipsey Hustle store when it was open a few times because I've supported what he was doing. I've always supported my people, bro. Always. Before I supported Gucci and these, colonizers. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. We got to be supporting our own people, man, and stop supporting these Gentiles and their brand and making them rich and making them wealthy. All right, let's finish this up.
Just because you do charity, give money, wipe the guilt away, does not mean you know about the young black man of today's society.
What would you say is the answer to that? Violence?
No, it's making music is what I'm doing now. It sparks dialogue, and that's how laws get made.
Yeah. They think they know us. Did you get to meet Nip? I met Nip a few times. Not on like some music stuff, but just me passing through the hood. I see him sometimes. If I went to like that gas station, that Shells on Slauson and Crenshaw, I would always run into him over there. You know what I'm saying? He was a chill dude. He's very humble, very, very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Totally chill. And I was, you know what I'm saying? I kind of understood the Eritrean culture because y'all know my best friend, my homie, my Ace Boon Cone, you feel me? Is from Eritrea. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I met him a few times. He's very, very humble dude. You know what I'm saying? He not on like no gang banging stuff like super hard. He'll be respectful to you, but you better watch how you come at him though. Okay? I'll tell you that. The dude is, yeah, he's a reputable. That's what we call a reputable. You feel me? But yeah, cool dude, very, very chill. You know what I'm saying? He'll talk to you. You know, he'll have a conversation with you. Nip was actually a really, really chill dude, bro. Really, really chill. But yeah. Okay, fam, let's keep going because boy, we got so much. All right, let's keep going. All right, so let's keep reading. Okay, so we just proven that these deportations are really about the Negroes. Okay, let's keep going. Those other nations are a distraction. These Caucasians cannot tell the difference between the so-called Jamaicans, Bantu Africans, so-called African Americans, Haitians, etc. We are the same people, okay? Ayub, Job 9:23-24. For the worthless die, but the righteous are laughed to scorn, for they are delivered into the hands of the unrighteous man. He covers the faces of the judges of the earth, but if it not be he, who is it? Malachi chapter 1, verses 2-4. I have loved you, says Yahuwah. And he said, wherein have you loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, says Yahuwah. Yet I have loved Jacob and hated Esau, and laid waste his borders, and made his heritage as dwellings of the wilderness, because no one will say, Edom has been overthrown. But let us return and rebuild the desolate places. Thus saith Yahuwah Alua, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall be called the borders of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahuwah, sorry, I forgot to take out the Lord right there, against whom Yahuwah has set himself forever. Okay, so I need you Gentiles to understand this. If you are of Edom, he says in the scriptures, he has set himself against these people forever. All right, so you really have to humble yourself and truly develop a love for Jacob and for the Alua of Jacob, because he already has a problem with Edom, okay? And that's why a lot of Edom will be cut off. Now, like I said, it don't mean because you Edom, you know what I'm saying, you can't come into this. But you just have to understand, you're going to have to humble yourself as an Edomite, because he already feels a way about them as in general. Especially because, you know what I'm saying, Esau rejected his birthright. He didn't value what Yahuwah had for him. Gave it up for a bowl of soup. All right? And that's why they're so quick to, reject Messiah being black. They don't have faith unless it supports white supremacy. Now, let's discuss the children of Lucifer. This might be a hard thing to hear for Gentiles. Just make sure this is not describing you. All right? Yashar'AL, Isaiah 14:12-15. In the Septuagint, it reads thus. This one actually is important to read in the Septuagint because it gives so much more detail than what you read in the KJV. And I'm going to show you in a second. How has Lucifer that rose in the morning fallen from heaven? See, you was told that it said, oh, son of the morning, but it doesn't say that. It said he rose in the morning. So when Yahushua says I'm the morning star in the renewed covenant, he never said that he was, it never said in the first covenant that Lucifer is the morning star. It said he rose in the morning. So when they try to say that means Yahushua's false and he's the devil, that's not what that means, goofy. Because the original text never said Lucifer, son of the morning. It said he rose in the morning. Anyway, continuing on. How is Lucifer that rose in the morning fall from heaven? He that sent orders to all nations is crushed to the earth. But thou said in my heart, I will go up to heaven. I will set my throne above the stars of the Shamayim, and I will sit on a lofty mount, on the lofty mountains towards the north, Europe. And I will go up above the clouds, and I will be like the Most High, Ha'oyun. But now you shall go to hell, even to the foundations of the earth. They that see you shall wonder at you and say, this is the man that troubled the earth, that made kings to shake, that made the whole world desolate and destroyed its city. And he set loose not those who were in captivity, an oppressor. Let's keep reading. All the kings of the nation lie in honor, every man in his house, but you shall be cast forth on the mountains as a loathed carcass, with many dead who have been pierced with swords, going down to Sheol. But you shall be cast forth on the mountains as a... Okay, I just read that, my bad. 20, as a garment defiled with blood, you shall not be pure. So neither shall you be pure, because you have destroyed my land. The colonizers, okay? Who destroyed Africa? Who, changed it to South Africa, West Africa, East Africa, Northeast Africa? The Europeans, okay? You have destroyed my land. And who destroyed the temple? The Romans. Okay, just making sure. And I slain my people. You shall not endure forever. You are an evil seed. Okay, this is why they took out your KJV Bibles, because it starts to reveal to you some things about who he's talking about. Lucifer has a seed. Hashatan has a seed family. Okay? You have slain my people. You shall not endure forever. You are an evil seed. Prepare your children to be slain for the sins of their father. Who? The devil. That they arise not and inherit the earth, nor fill the earth with wars. So these are some barbarian type people, warlike people. This is very telling. Let's keep going. And I will rise up against them, says Yahuwah of hosts, and I will destroy their name and remnant and seed. Thus says Yahuwah. Well, this is what's going to happen to Lucifer's children. As it is written. I didn't write it. I just recited. Gene the Handyman says, what is supreme about being white? Nothing at all. It's a whole myth that they created based on their own feelings of insecurity when they saw the Negro male. That's all it is. All right, let's keep going. A brutal destruction judgment, or a brutal destructive judgment, is coming to all heathens who oppress Yashar'AL, and Trump will not stop the unrelenting wrath of the Most High. This is Azara Shani, 2nd Esdras, 50. I think this is 56 through 58. Sorry, I didn't write that down correctly. Like as you have done unto my chosen, says Yahuwah, even shall Alua do unto you, and shall deliver you into mischief. Your children shall die of hunger, and shall fall through the sword. Your city shall be broken down, and all of you shall perish with the sword in the field, that be in the mountains. You shall die of hunger, and you shall eat your own flesh and drink your own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. So these individuals who have done this to us are going to be so broken down, they're going to be returning back to their ways of eating human flesh, their own flesh, just to survive. This is Baruch Shani, 2nd Baruch 72, 2-6. After the signs have come, of which I have previously told you, when the nations become confused and the time of my Mashiach comes, he will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and some of them he will kill. Therefore, these things will befall the nations which will be spared by him. Every nation which is not known Yashar'AL and has not trodden down the seed of Jacob will indeed live. Okay, so there's hope for some of them. And this is because some of every nation will be subjected unto your people. okay? Meaning they will serve us. I've talked about that plenty of times. Remember, Gentiles, your only purpose in the kingdom is service to us. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be oppressed and beaten and enslaved and all of that, but you will be our employees. You will be building up our walls. You will be nursing our children. You will be doing all of our work, okay? And then when you're done, you go back home to your family and we pay you, but you will be working for us. So there is no white supremacy. I'm the white man. I'm in control. That's gone. When Yahushua comes back, that's over. That is the time. See, you got to understand the time frame of all of this, family. You got to understand the time frame of all of this. This is the time of the Gentiles right now. And when you're in the time of the Gentiles are in control of everything. Okay? And Yahushua said, when the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. But when the time of the Gentiles is done, we become the kings and queens of all the nations. We will make all the decisions. We will be the face of the righteous rulership. We will be the kings and queens owning businesses, running the land, having all the resources. You're going to have to come to us to get paid. We are going to be the ones abundant in riches. That's what's promised to Jacob. That's what I'm saying. Y'all say it doesn't matter who we are, but yet we are promised the whole earth, and we will rule over the whole earth with Yahusha. That is not promised to the Gentiles. It's only for us. So stop saying it doesn't matter, because you saying it doesn't matter proves you don't understand the scriptures, which is why you shouldn't be teaching. Because if you're going to teach anybody and you want to be a Gentile and you want to be chosen and all that, how about you teach your people that their only service in the kingdom is servitude to the Israelites? Oh, you're not going to tell nobody that? That's why you can't teach. I'm telling every single Negro out here, you are promised to be a king or a queen in rulership with Yahusha. We are promised to inherit the earth. When the Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth, that's not talking about the Gentiles. That's talking about who the covenant was originally given to, which is us. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. Let me just give me a second. All right. Yes. We, you know what I'm saying? You know, they don't want to give us reparations. Who cares? We're going to rule this whole world. We're going to rule this whole earth. And on top of that, it ain't going to be no wickedness on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only the earth we get, but the renewed earth, cleansed of sin, cleansed of wickedness, cleansed of Amalek, cleansed of the Edomites, cleansed of all of us who hate us. Therefore, there will be the righteous rule. But Gentiles, let me make something clear to you. The Bible says when they serve us, they will be glad to serve his children. So if you have a problem with that, that's something you need to fix in your heart. Okay? And we'll get to that in a minute. Let's keep going. Yes, we are promised this whole earth and a righteous rule over the whole earth. That is what Yahuwah has given to Jacob only, not the Gentiles. Your time is now. That's coming to an end. Let's keep going. Oh, I didn't finish it. Every nation which is not known Yashar'AL has not trodden down the seed of Jacob will indeed live, and this is because some of every nation will be subjected to your people. But all those who have ruled over you or have known you will be delivered up to the sword. Okay, so you got two groups of Gentiles. You got Gentiles who cleave, who accept their position as serving us. You know what I'm saying? That will be allowed in the kingdom as service to Yashar'AL. They'll still be able to come keep the feast days, but they're not going to live in Yerushalayim. They're going to go back to their own lands, but they will come into Yerushalayim to serve us. So we will have them as servants. And to those who hate us, they will be given up to the sword and destroyed by Yahusha HaMashiach. All right? Let's keep going. We're almost done, family. Yashar'AL, Ezekiel 35, 3-10, and say to it, thus saith Yahuwah Alua, behold, I am against you, O Mount Shair, and I will stretch out my hand against you, and I will make you a waste, and you shall be made desolate, and I will cause desolation in your cities, and you shall be desolate, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah, because you have been a perpetual enemy and have laid with crafty ones for the house of Yashar'AL. Okay? Crafty counsel, Psalms 83, the Psalms 83 conspiracy. All right? You have laid craftily for the house of Yashar'AL with the hand of enemies with the sword in the time of injustice at the last. Okay, so the Horites, all right? Descendants of the Horites, your day is coming too. Let's keep going. Yashar'AL, Ezekiel 35, 3-10. Therefore, as I live, says Yahuwah, verily have you sinned even to blood, therefore blood shall pursue you. And I will make Mount Shire a waste and a desolate, and I will destroy from off it men and cattle. And I will fill your hills and your valleys with slain men. And in all your plains there shall fall in your men with the sword. I will make you a perpetual desolation, and your cities shall not be inhabited anymore. And you shall know that I am Yahuwah, because you said the two nations and the two countries shall be mine, and I shall inherit them, whereas Yahuwah is there. To all you Uncle Ruckus type Negroes, cooning and buffooning for these folks, you can suffer in their fate. All right? That means if you got a heathen wife, a caveman husband, or bastard children. Okay? Now, again, I'm not telling you to divorce them, but I'm telling you to consider you might need to. The Most High might require you to do it. And if he does require you to do it, don't cry about it, just do it. Unless you want to get cut off. Because you could be screwing up your inheritance if you are a Yahudi. I'm serious. I know some of y'all don't like that, okay? Because y'all, love them folk and all of that, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I've dated a white girl before, but I'm thankful I'm not married. Praise the Most High. I did not marry that woman, didn't lay with her. But if you did, and you have a child as a result of that, you might have to put them away, okay? I didn't write it, I just recited it. Okay, I understand many of our people didn't know. Okay, so maybe you married a white woman or the Gentile or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when you were still a Christian, and we were all told we're Gentiles, so you didn't think nothing of it. And I understand that. Okay, but Yahuwah commanded us to marry our own. If you still choose the colonizer, be ready when they turn against you, because in a dictatorship, that's how things go. All right. So they will turn against you, all right? You know why? Because in a white America, where they're coming after everyone who is not white, do you think they're going to take your side when you're dealing with a totalitarian state? How many, let me just ask you all a question real quick. If this is true, that they're going to defend you, just give me an example. If you think of like Nazi Germany, right? How many people actually said, no, don't do this to the Jewish people. No, don't do it to Amalek. No, don't do this to them. That actually stood up and protected them. None of them. These people were freaking, you know what I'm saying? They were genocidal, essentially. What makes you think that these people are going to take your side? Okay? What makes you think that they're going to take their side when the military is shoving down your door and you got a black man there? They're not going to take your side because they're going to fear the military complex, the police state. And they will be hunting after you because they're already making it illegal again to marry these folk. Okay? And let me tell you something. I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to make a bold statement right now. They're already making it illegal to interracially marry, which I think is a good thing, because I think our people need to stick with our own people and stop marrying them folk. The moment it's made illegal, maybe you need to consider you need to divorce them. All right. I'm just saying, I'm not telling you to do it, but I think maybe that's a sign that what you're in is not what the Most High wants for you. Okay. When there's a daughter of Zion out there for you, that's, you know what I'm saying, submissive, beautiful, gorgeous, you know what I'm saying, voluptuous, all of that. Just like there's a righteous Yahudi male out there that will love you, treat you with respect, that's of your people. You feel what I'm saying? If you got children from your previous marriage, you know what I'm saying, if it's with another nation, I'm going to be honest, that's going to turn some people away from you. All right, especially us. Like if you are a Negro and you got a child that's half white, a lot of women ain't really going to rock with you. I'm going to be real. You kind of shot yourself in the foot with that. I'm going to just be honest. Not saying it's not possible, but it's very highly unlikely that some Negro, because, I'm not saying that Negroes won't come in, be a father to, a woman that's a single mother. If he falls in love with her, he marries her, those children become his children. But I'm going to be honest with you. Most black women are not going to want you if you got a child that's mixed, because it seems to them, they're going to perceive it as, you don't love us, you're not attracted to us. You just only want us because you realize they don't want you. So I'm just saying, if you got a mixed child, you got a bastard child, some black women may not want to rock with you. And it could be the other way around with black men. If you got a child with a heathen, some black men may be all like, nah, I'm good. So I just want you to understand what you could possibly expect. Not to say that that will be the reaction with everybody, but some of our people feel like if you married another nation or had a child with them, you don't love us. You love them. So just, understand that. Read some of the comments here. These mulatto kids are going to be a tragedy. Yeah. WW2 was a psyop. The whole thing was cap and small hats against Esau, his own kind. Yeah, I have a whole documentary on this. I know it was a psyop. I know it was fake. I know they worked together with the Ashkenazis. I know they're all the same people. I know all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to break it down to people who haven't seen the deep dive I did on Patreon about that. So, I'm just saying, if you got a bastard child, it's not your fault, but I'm just saying, because you didn't know. If you didn't know, you got a bastard child and you knew, it is your fault. Yes, I'm going to say it again. If you have a bastard child and you did know, it is your fault. Now, if you didn't know, it's not. But I'm just trying to get you to understand, you didn't choose black before. So it's going to be hard for people who are Negro to accept you because you didn't choose us before. Okay, so I'm just making that clear. All right, but they will persecute you also if you are in a interracial marriage. So that's just more bullets on your head. That just puts more of a target on your head. Okay, just think about all of this, family. Think about everything. Think about everything I'm showing you. All right. Matter of fact, let me pull this up so y'all know I'm not bluffing. They are going to make interracial marriage illegal. Like I said, which I think is a good thing. I don't got no problem with that. I'm with that. I'm with it. Make it illegal so our people will stop sinning against the Most High. Make it illegal. Yes, please. Please. I hope they make it fully illegal all throughout the continental United States and where all our people are, so they will choose the black woman and the black man, period. All right? One way they're going to get rid of us is trying to get us to mix and breed with these other people when the Most High told us not to. And don't use Ruth. You know what I'm saying? Don't use Ruth the Moabite to try to justify this, okay? Yashar'AL was supposed to be with Yashar'AL, okay? That's how it was supposed to be. We're made in his image. Originally melanated, dark-skinned, beautiful people with hair like wool. Why are you watering it down? Why are you trying to dilute and pollute the holy seed, the Kadasha? You are chosen people. You're supposed to be separated from them. Not having children with them, laying on them, loving on them. Come on, man. You love them as a brother or sister, but that is not the same love that you should have for the Israelite woman, Israelite man. So let me show y'all this, man. I forget what state it was in, but they did make one recently. Let me see if I can pull up that article, family. Just so y'all know it's real. It's real out here. I can't remember what state it was. I'm trying to find it, but it's buried under like a whole bunch of other articles. You know what? Let me check. I've noticed like every time I go to Google, it always brings up Yahoo for some reason, which is weird. But let me try that. Hold on. I'm just saying, if you with them folks, you know what I'm saying? That could really put you in a dangerous place in this world we in right now. Okay, I cannot find it. If anybody else can find it, just drop it in the chat. I'm going to keep going because I don't want to spend too much time on it. But some states are fighting against interracial marriage. And I think it's true. And I think that's not this. Like, let me just be honest. There's a few things about what they're trying to do I don't have a problem with, right? I don't have a problem with banning access to abortion. I don't have a problem with them, recognizing that there's only male and female. I don't have a problem with them getting rid of all this faggotry in the schools and the educations and all this LGBTQ stuff. I don't have a problem with none of that. All right. I don't have a problem with them, separating us, from marrying them folks. You know what I'm saying? And us marrying our people. I don't got a problem with none of that. That's just common sense. It's just the sour cream supremacist side of it, which is the meat of a lot of this, that I have a problem with. I am not a nationalist. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you, if I was to call myself a nationalist, it'd be more realistic to say I'm an Israelite nationalist because I'm pro this nation, I am pro my people, and I am pro the Alua of this nation and the Hamashiach who redeems this nation. So yeah, I guess I am a nationalist. I'm just not a nationalist to this crusty country. I'm not a nationalist to a bunch of Europeans. I'm a nationalist to my people, to my nation, to my Alua, to my Mashiach. Yes, I am. I'm a pro-nationalist. Go ahead and say it. Yetzer is an Israelite nationalist. Yes, I am. I am pro this nation. I am pro Yashar'AL. I am pro my people. Yep. I've been called an extremist. I've been called a black supremacist. Just call me an Israelite nationalist. Just call me a Yahudi nationalist. Now, I'm not saying that like I'm an extreme, violent person or nothing like that. It's just that we meet together, we do these streams, we talk about ways we can build up our community, we encourage each other, we try to build each other up after all the self-hate that has been, propagated into our minds. We tell the daughters of Zion we love them. You know what I'm saying? We choose them. We stand by our people. We try to bring about unity for our people, getting our people to come back to the Alua of this nation. The statutes, the commandments, the Torah, the feast days. Yeah, I'm pro the nation of Yashar'AL, of course. Why would I not be? That's crazy to say you're Yashar'AL and not be pro Yashar'AL. I'm just saying. You was taught to be. You was commanded to be. All right? I'm just saying. All right, fam. So let's keep going. I don't want to spend too much time on this, fam. We just got a little bit more I want to get through with this, okay? Okay, Matthew. Now, we talked about the separation in the households and how a lot of this is going to bring tension in the household with the man and the woman, especially if you are with another nation or married to another nation. Mathath Yahu, Matthew 24, 4-8, Yahusha answered, see it that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name claiming I am Hamashiach, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. These things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nations will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then they will deliver you over to be persecuted and killed, and you will be hated by all nations because of my name. And at that time, many will fall away and will betray and hate one another. Okay? And we are in this time. This is what Yahusha told us about. Now, when you got a white man over here talking about I'm the chosen one, and you got people over here talking of, drawing images of him and likening him to Messiah and all this other stuff. So we got a man basically trying to present himself as a messianic figure. And it says nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes, judgments. You will be hated by all nations for the name of Yahusha. And you will definitely be hated in this nation if you call the name of Yahusha. You know why? Because they're turning this into white Christian nationalism. If you ain't rocking with the white Jesus, you're going to be an enemy of them. I'm not worshiping your idol. You're crazy. I am not worshiping your white man, shaggy Jesus Christ. I am not worshiping the shaggy one. Zoinks. I had to do it. I'm not worshiping their white Jesus. Okay? I have no interest in it. I don't want it. Okay? I'm going to worship Yahusha. All right? That's who my king is. And I'm not interested in your idol. Okay? That you created. That's literally a homosexual. Okay? Y'all talking about y'all against gay people. Why are you worshiping a gay man? Accessory boy, that's a gay man. He slept with his own sister, killed his own brother. Y'all over here worshiping a homosexual, incestuous murderer. That's wild. They say, oh, we don't rock with gay people and all of that. Y'all worshiping a fag. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube. My bad. I'm just saying. But you don't want to worship the strong black man. I'm just saying, okay, all right, well, just know that a black man died for your sins, and he is the Son of the Most High, and there is no salvation but through this black man. So please accept this Negro, dark-skinned Hebrew into your heart, Yahusha. Okay, let's keep going. So, understanding fascism, what is it? I'm going to break it down briefly for you so you can understand, okay? And we're going to compare it to Donald Trump. Now, before I show you what fascism is, let me see how many of y'all actually know what it is. Okay, there are no wrong answers here, family. Okay, so don't feel bad if you don't really understand what it is. But I want you guys to at least make a guess. Okay, we're always here to educate each other. So if you don't know what it is, it's just a moment for me to teach you something. So Let me know if you know what fascism is. Just make a guess. There are no wrong answers here. This is always a moment to teach if you don't know. So don't feel ashamed if you don't know. Ain't nothing good about being white where the sun can't stand them folks. Yeah, facts. Yeah, no Googling. Exactly. And no Googling, family. Give me a one-word. Okay, matter of fact, so I can make sure you're not Googling it. Give me a one-word answer you would use to describe fascism. But not the word fascism itself, obviously. Right? But just give me a word you would use to describe it. Just so I can make sure we're on the same page. And I'm going to reveal it to you. Don't worry. But I just want to see if you guys are paying attention to what this really is. Control over others. Okay. That is essentially a good way to put it. It's a little bit more than that, because that you said control over others. That would be considered authoritarianism in a sense, but fascism has a specific aspect to it. White supremacist, yeah, true. Racist person in power, yep, true. Lele says, you taught us before, I can't remember, shucks, I'm bad at these type of terms. No problem. I understand it's confusing because you have like Nazism and fascism and nationalism and all these different things. I had to study a lot of this when I started understanding who I was and understanding, you know, the history and these people and their power and all of that, understanding the Black history and stuff like that. So what is fascism? I'm gonna break it down for you, family. Okay, thank y'all for making a guess at it. Okay, but fascism is a governmental system. Okay, so it's a system controlled by a government, and a centralized figure, okay, is the face of said system and government. Okay, now authoritarianism is all power given to the states or to the nation. Fascism is authoritarianism with a single leader who controls the system. Okay, so fascism, a single man. Authoritarianism, a single system. Fascism, the man controls the system. Authoritarianism, the system controls the man. Okay? Very, very, if I were to break it down in a simple way, that would be how I would break it down for you. Okay? Now, let's look at this. Fascism is a far-right, authoritarian political ideology and movement characterized by dictatorial power. Okay, so this centralized figure of fascism would be someone who overrides all forms of government and controls it. This is why Donald Trump is doing away with the Department of Justice. He wants to do away with the FBI. He wants to do away with the feds. He's going to dismantle everything about this country so he can become a dictator. Okay, and that's what we're seeing right now. And that's why he's getting rid of all these people. He's bringing in these loyalists, these sour cream supremacists, people who share in his ideologies. And that's why a lot of, even if you look at these companies like Walmart and Best Buy and, you know what I'm saying, Target, they was pushing the LGBTQ agenda so hard on little babies, right? Our babies. They had these like homosexual, you know, dresses and stuff like that in the children's section at Target, right? But now what you're seeing is the domination of white men and white Christian nationalism, where these companies are now bending a knee to Trump out of fear of retribution. Okay? This is exactly what Hitler did. And I'm going to show you the parallels in a second, family. Okay? So let's keep reading. Power, extreme nationalism, suppression of dissent, and the belief in the superiority of one group over others. So another aspect of nationalism is racial superiority. Okay? It's not just the control of a man over a system and over a people and over a nation, but it's also nationalism. Now, in nationalism, in their minds, is essentially white skin, white people, white supremacy, the Anglo-Saxon, the Aryan race. Okay? And I'm going to do another study probably sometime this week, and I'm going to show you the Aryan race are giants. They're descendants of the Nephilim. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later on. Not in this series, not in this episode, but at some point we'll dig deep into the Aryan people and who they really are, okay? It typically seeks to centralize power in the hands of a single leader or elite, often coupled with a strong militaristic state. So a strong military. So just like when you think about the Gestapo of Nazi Germany, okay, a strong militarial power. So don't get it twisted. This ICE thing, these ICE agents, they are really a cover for a militarized police. Okay, it's going to get worse. Trust me on that. While there are variations in fascist movements across different countries and time periods, some key features are commonly associated with fascism institutions. It has led to some of the most brutal regimes in modern history. Okay? Here are some core aspects. Okay? Let's break it down, family, about this fascism. So number one is authoritarianism. And I said that's a faction of fascism, but it is not the determining factor of fascism. It's just a core principle of fascism, but it's not the determining factor. All right. So authoritarianism. Fascism advocates for centralized control under a strong, often dictatorial leader. This leader is seen as a figure capable of restoring order and solving the nation's problems. Okay. Often by bypassing democratic institutions, individual freedoms are typically curtailed in favor of state control. Okay. Ultranationalism. Fascism is deeply nationalistic, focusing on the supremacy of the nation state and often emphasizing racial, ethnic, and or cultural superiority. It seeks to unite people under a single national identity, often at the expense of minorities or those considered outsiders. Okay? So when Trump was saying things like they're poisoning the blood of this country, and you got good genes and all that other stuff. That is white supremacist ideology here, okay? Anti-democratic, all right? You have a Republican, which is built by the people, but then you have a democracy where the people choose the people, okay? Fascism rejects liberal democracy, viewing it as a weak or ineffective. Fascist regimes often dismantle democratic institutions, including checks and balances, the separation of powers, and the free press in favor of one-party rule or direct leadership by a supreme authority. Okay, so when you hear them say the liberals, the left, when you start to kind of decimate and destroy a democracy in favor of a nationalist state with a single ruler, you are embracing fascism, okay? Fascism, which is authoritarianism, all right? Number 7, a charismatic leadership, okay? The leader would have to be extremely charismatic. Fascist movements often center around a charismatic leader who is presented as the embodiment of the nation's will, a white man, or a white Christian nationalist state. Or a country, I should say, or nation. This leader is seen as capable of restoring national greatness and solving the problem facing the country. Illegals, anti-white racism, and I say that with quotations, okay? DEIs, white people, you know what I'm saying, experiencing the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. Us calling them cave dwellers, colonizers, digging into history books, pulling out the history on them, showing them what they did to us, them wanting to ban Black history, eliminate protection so they can loudly and unequivocally discriminate against Negroes and women, especially Black women. He represents that to them, family. They didn't vote because of eggs and because of gas and all of that. There's a small minority of them that voted, a small fringe minority of them that voted for Trump simply for economic reasons. Many of them won't say it out loud, but they voted for him to protect the white race. Okay? Edom voted for him simply for self-preservation, for lack of a better word. Okay? So, the leader is seen as capable of restoring national greatness and solving the problems facing the country, often through decisive action and rejection of traditional democratic processes. So when people say things like he can't outlaw this, he can't outlaw that, when you are dealing with something that is not a democracy and is actually a fascist dictatorship, they don't play by the rules. He doesn't play by the rules. Wake up. He just pardoned a bunch of January 6ers. He doesn't play by the rules, family. Propaganda and cult of personality. Fascist movements use mass propaganda to cultivate a cult of personality around the leader and spread nationalist ideals. This propaganda often portrays the leader as a hero or savior. Uh-oh. We've talked about this before, the new alt-right and the worship of Donald Trump. They are comparing him to Messiah. Now, they say JC. We don't believe no JC. We believe Yahusha, right? But they often liken him to a savior of the people. He was sent by God, okay? They say that all the time. If y'all seen the documentary, y'all know what it is. Matter of fact, real quick, just to prove my point, just to prove it, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my documentary from the Trump, and I just want to show you one segment in there where they're talking about he was sent by God. He was chosen by God. No, he was chosen by the devil, okay? But that is also something that you can liken to these individuals. So let me show you something real quick. I'm going to just go to the documentary. If you haven't seen the documentary, I will drop the link in the chat. A lot of these things, like I said, I've been talking about for a while here on this channel to warn our people. But I just want you to see some of the stuff that people are saying so you can understand the mindset of these folks. So let me just rewind it back right about here. Okay. So listen to what these Gentiles say, man. All right. So you can see how true this actually is. So let me make this bigger.
That we founded God on. We founded America on God. Why would you try to destroy that and take it out of the schools and try to teach our children something
that's what I mean about separation of church and state.
It shouldn't be, though. God should be, we should be able to say in Jesus' name, you know, and I don't care what religion you are, because if we unite and come together as all in one, they'll find the true God.
You know, let's say I'm a Jewish dad and I send my Jewish daughter to school and she's made to pray to somebody else's God. Do you see that as constitutional?
If I was the father and I didn't want her to pray to somebody else's God, I would take her out of that school.
But what if it's a public school?
And I would take her out of the public school.
And then what are his options?
A homeschool.
I believe it always has been.
From an
Iranian menace.
I'm gonna show you a couple of clips of people over here. I mean, bro, they were brown nosing this dude so much, it's crazy, bro. And a lot of these people are shills, I'm telling you. But take a listen.
As a Christian, I certainly believe that's possible.
I think that God sometimes places people for lessons and places me.
I'm confident that the Lord is at work here.
Explain why you say that God has given President Trump the authority to attack Korea.
The Bible, especially Romans 13, does give President Trump moral authority to use whatever force necessary, including assassination or even war, to topple an evil dictator.
The Reverend Franklin Graham says President-elect Donald Trump was put in the White House by God.
This election, no question. I believe God's hand was in it. I see the greatest president in history. Of course he is. He was chosen by God.
God, in some reason, put him there for a purpose. I don't know what that is. But we need to get behind him and support him.
To say no to President Trump would be saying no to God.
You really believe that God divinely interjected himself into the campaign and actually chose Donald Trump to win?
I absolutely believe that because I'm a Christian. If you're a believing Christian, you understand God's plan for the people who rule and judge over us on this planet in our government.
He's authentically, whether people like it or not, has been raised up by God, because God says that he raises up and places all people in places of authority. It is God that raises up a king.
Trump's the best president for Israel in the history of the world, and the Jewish people love him like he is the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God.
Of course the president's not the king. The president is far more powerful than the king. The president has the power that kings have never had. He's very, very powerful office, and the framers wanted it that way.
Yeah, all praises. I'm going to drop the link to this documentary if you haven't seen the documentary that I did, but this is what I'm talking about, okay? So I just showed you that quick clip so I could show you how this all connects to the charismatic leader, somebody that, you know, is like a cult personality. So let's keep going, okay? Fascist movements are mass propaganda to cultivate a cult personality around the leader and spread nationalist ideals. This propaganda often portrays the leader as a hero or a savior and uses symbols, slogans, and rallies to unite the population under a common vision. Okay, so the symbolism is not so much, the Hell Hitler thing, but it's definitely Make America Great Again. MAGA. That is the slogan. That is the ideal now. Make America great again. How? Restore it back to the time when Negroes were slaves and white people dominated society. Okay, so MAGA is the new slogan, which is really just a rebranding of, how it was back in Germany. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Suppression of dissent. Fascist regimes often use forced censorship and propaganda to eliminate political opposition and control public opinion. Political opponents, intellectuals, activists, and minority groups are often silenced, imprisoned, or even killed. Okay? And you can already see a lot of people are being fired, let go. He's bringing in these more loyalists to him, people who will not say anything negative about him. And that's why a lot of these Democrat liberal individuals are bowing a knee to him, because they're afraid of him. I'm not. All right. I will continue to be anti-America. Donald Trump, America will burn. You heathens are going to be destroyed. Okay. Your white supremacist America will burn. Yeah, Yexer said it. I'm a threat to this. I'm a threat to the New World Order. I'm a threat to this system. I'm a threat to all the Edomites in their system. The fourth beast that rises out of in Daniel's vision. Yeah, I'm a threat to it. That's why I'm trying to tell my people to come out of her. She gonna burn. Let's keep going. Militarism. We talked about that a little bit. We talked about the ICE agents. Okay, and like I said, it'll get worse. Fascist ideologies tend to glorify the military and warfare. The state often militarizes society, promotes aggressive nationalism, and seeks expansionist policies. Fascist regimes typically use the military to enforce their rule both domestically and internationally. And then corporatism. Fascism often advocates for a system in which the state mediates relationships between corporations, workers, and other groups. So when you think about like tariffs, same thing, okay? Aiming to suppress class conflict and achieve unity through state-controlled or state-influenced economic systems. This is different from socialism or communism, where the state controls the means of production. Okay? Now, we already talked about the charismatic leadership and all of that, so let's keep going. All right, now, let's look at some of these examples, and let's tie them to Nazi Germany, okay, and what we see with Donald Trump now. Okay, so historical examples. Nazi Germany, 1933 to 1945, under Adolf Hitler, is one of the most infamous examples of fascism, with its emphasis on Aryan supremacy, extreme nationalism, militarism, and the systematic persecution of the Khazars and other minorities, culminating in the Holocaust. Fascist Italy, 1922 to 1943, being under Benito Mussolini, is another well-known example. Mussolini's regime was marked by strong state control, the suppression of political opposition, and the glorification of the Italian nation and its military. All right, so those are just two examples of fascism. Now, key differences from other authoritarian regimes. Fascism is distinct from other forms of authoritarianism because of its extreme nationalism and glorification of violence, and the rejection of both socialism and liberal democracy. While communism, for example, also advocates for strong state control, it typically focuses on class struggle and the redistribution of wealth. Okay, so when we talk about reparations, the reason why a lot of these Europeans who are more nationalist and more fascist, they fight against reparations because they feel like it's a redistribution of wealth. They feel like, why should I give them something that they didn't work for? Even though we're descendants of people who worked their butts off to build this place, they don't want, obviously to accept that. But that's why they have such a problem with communism. They call us communists and stuff like that because communism does support a redistribution of wealth. And some of them believe reparations is a form of that. They believe it's communist, essentially. Okay? Even though they literally use that to pay off these Jewish people. Amalek. Crazy, right? Anyway. It typically focuses on class struggle and the redistribution of wealth, whereas fascism emphasizes racial or national purity, hierarchy, and the unity of the nation state. So the face of this nationalist would be white America. All right? That is who this fascist dictatorship is going to be in favor of. Anybody who is not Caucasian or of the Anglo-Saxon stock, okay, will not actually be accepted by them and this system. This system is being built up to only give to the Europeans, okay? In summary, fascism is an authoritarian ideology that places extreme emphasis on nationalism, centralized control, and the power of a single leader, often at the cost of individual freedoms, political opposition, and democratic institutions. It has led to some of the most brutal regimes in modern history. All right, fam, please hit the like button. We're almost done. I think I have like maybe about 8 more slides and we'll be done, okay? Understanding fascism. Now let's draw some comparisons to Donald Trump and his plans. Here are some aspects that people pointed to when drawing comparisons between Donald Trump's second-term rhetoric or potential plans and the rise of authoritarianism as seen in Nazi Germany. Okay? Centralization of power and erosion of institutions. Trump's rhetoric. During the first term, Trump often expressed disdain for various democratic institutions, including the judiciary, the media, the federal agencies, accusing them of being deep state entities. Y'all remember that? He's going to get rid of swamp monsters. Remember, he said he's going to drain the swamp while bringing in more swamp creatures that look like him, right? In a second term, he suggested taking steps to reshape or purge parts of these institutions to reflect his own political preferences. Nazi Germany. Adolf Hitler, after being appointed chancellor, rapidly moved to dismantle democratic institutions in Germany. The Reichstag fire in 1933 allowed him to push through the Reichstag Fire Decree, which suspended civil liberties and paved the way for the Enabling Act, giving him dictatorial powers. The Nazi also reorganized key state institutions to serve the regime's interests. Okay, so unfortunately, Yashar'AL, you are going to be treated as a minority. Okay, it's less about the Hispanics and the Asians and the Native Americans as it is about you. That's why he's coming for civil rights. You see him ripping away the Asian hate crime bill. He don't care about that. He wants you. He's coming after you. All right, it's all about you. Remember, Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followed. The world that follows. Everything in the end times is about Jacob and Esau. That's what this is all about. And that's what Christians have to understand. That's what the Gentiles have to understand. It goes back to Isaac's 2 sons. All right? They're still mad about the birthright. They're not going to get the blessings of the Elua. You are. Okay? And so what they're going to do is they're going to get the world to try to hate you enough and try to destroy you. Let's keep going. All right. So Trump's rhetoric. The centralization of power and erosion of institutions. Trump's rhetoric. During his first term, Trump often expressed, okay, wait, actually, you just read that, my bad. 48. Okay, targeting political opponents and dissent. This is where censorship comes in for the Negroes, okay? Trump's rhetoric. Trump has been outspoken in attacking political opponents, the media, even the judicial system, as they challenge him. He has also promoted the idea of investigating his political rivals, suggesting that they should be held accountable for what he views as unjust actions. Nazi Germany. The Nazis were notorious for targeting political opponents and dissenters, particularly communists, socialists, and liberals. Once in power, Hitler used violent repression, including the Surptommeling and later the US or the SS, to silence opposition and critics. Political opposition was criminalized and many were arrested, tortured, or executed. Parallel. Trump's attacks on the deep state and his call to investigate his political enemies like former FBI Director James Comey or political figures like Joe Biden have been viewed by critics as reminiscent of how Nazi Germany targeted and silenced dissent. However, the scale of political persecution in Nazi Germany was far more extreme, culminating in mass arrests, executions, and genocide. And we ain't got there yet. We ain't got there yet, but that's where this is going, okay? That's where this is going. Let's keep going. Cult of personality and loyalty. All right. Trump's leadership style. Trump's leadership emphasized a strong singular focus on his personal brand. His followers often spoke of their loyalty to him personally, and his rhetoric frequently painted him as a leader who was uniquely capable of solving America's problems. His insistence on loyalty from his inner circle, such as dismissing those who criticize or disagree with him, also played into this dynamic. Nazi Germany. Hitler built a totalitarian regime around his personal leadership and the idea of his infallibility. The Nazis used intense propaganda to cultivate a cult of personality around Hitler and loyalty to him as a paramount disloyalist or dissent was not tolerated and could lead to severe consequences. Both Trump and Hitler fostered intense personal loyalty among their followers, with their leadership framed as a solution to the perceived problems of the nation. This emphasis on loyalty to one man over democratic principles is a hallmark of authoritarian regimes. So you're starting to see how all these things tie together. All right, we got 2 more slides. Let's finish it up. Populism and nationalism. Trump's Make America Great Again slogan and his focus on nationalism and restoring America's strength resonated with many people who felt left behind by globalization and a changing social landscape. His rhetoric frequently appealed to populist themes, portraying himself as a defender of the common people against elites, immigrants, and foreign threats. Nazi Germany. Hitler's rise was similarly fueled by populist rhetoric that appealed to the national pride, promising to restore Germany's former glory. Okay, former glory. He said this is a golden age. Okay, pay attention to these things, this terminology and how these things tie together. All right, of course, they're going to shift the words around a little bit so people don't catch it. After the humiliation of World War I and the Treaty of Versailles, Nazi propaganda capitalized on resentment, portraying Jews, communists, and other groups as a scapegoat for Germany's decline. Parallel. Both leaders used populist rhetoric to tap into national sentiments, positioning themselves as champions of the people. The use of a populist us versus them narrative is a common feature of many authoritarian regimes, okay? So just like they're blaming the Democrats and the woke culture, okay? The woke, they focus on the woke, okay? But that's why I made the song, right? The war on woke. When they say they're warring against woke, they're warring against black, they're warring against us. Now, when I'm talking about woke, I ain't talking about the LGBTQ. They had nothing to do with the movement back then. They were a whole separate group. All right, last one. Undermining trust in the electoral process. Let's look at this. Trump's actions in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Trump repeatedly made baseless claims that the election was stolen from him, encouraging his followers to distrust the electoral system. His efforts to overturn the election results included trying to pressure state officials and seeking to have the election results invalidated, drew comparisons to authoritarian tactics of delegitimizing democracy. Nazi Germany. While the Nazis did not face a truly democratic election process in the later years of Hitler's rule, their initial rise to power was facilitated by a series of manipulation, including the use of Reichstag fire to suppress opposition. The Nazis also used propaganda to distort the public perception and delegitimize political opposition, ultimately consolidating totalitarian control. Trump's attempts to undermine confidence in the election process are something compared to how authoritarian leaders might manipulate or delegitimize democratic procedures to secure their hold on power. Okay? Do not let these heathens scare you. Yahuwah, the highest, got us. Let me get that to you one more time. Do not let these heathens scare you. Yahuwah, the highest, got us. And that's it, y'all. Woo, boy. Man, that was a long show. Oh, one more thing. It's a bit of a side note, but I have a documentary I'm dropping very, very soon, y'all. If you are not on the Patreon, what is wrong with you? Come on over to the Patreon, man. We got some good stuff. So the next documentary I'm doing on Patreon is we're going to be talking about these human-animal hybrids. I'm going to just show you guys the trailer that I have for this next documentary I'm dropping. To those who haven't seen it. Let me pull it up real quick. Give me a second. Okay. All right. I'm going to just pull up this video or the trailer to it real quick so you can just see what we got going on over there, just in case you might want to check it out. But ultimately, family, you need to understand that everything that's taking place right now is history repeating itself, okay? World War II, Operation Paperclip, they brought Nazis over here. They gave them jobs. They gave them careers. That's why a lot of these people like Trump are German, okay? Klaus Schwab, the leader of the World Economic Forum, German, okay? The Anglo-Saxons. They are a big part of all of this, all right? And you got to just understand the times that we in and why it's so important for us to stick together and turn to Yahuwah. All right? Ain't none of these Gentiles going to save us, bro. Hate to break it to you. All right, let me show y'all the teaser for this this documentary I'm working on. It's called Chimera, the Days of Noah, and this is the little teaser. It's 30 seconds. Here we go. All praises to the Most High. So it's just a little bit of a preview. Are you going to talk about the global protests, Trump protests that are censoring on social media? You know what? I mean, I guess I should, because I did hear about that. Let me pull that up. And the reason why they're not talking about that, sis, is because he is starting to control the perception of him, which is why I say it's a dictatorship. You're not going to be allowed to say anything bad about him as a person, okay? And that's how bad it's going to get. And that's why you're going to notice a lot of the left-wing media is starting to kind of speak about him in a good way. Instead of, you know, they dragged him for like the past 4 years with Biden and all of that. And even during 2016 when he became president. But now they're starting to kind of like pull it back on calling him out. That tells you something. Something is changing here. So let me pull this up. Trump protests all around the country. Yeah, I did hear about that, sis. Let's look at this. This is an article from recently. Let me pull that up real quick. Okay. All right. It says thousands protest in Washington against Trump as he prepares for inauguration. And I believe that this was the People's March. Thousands of mostly female demonstrators took to the streets of Washington, D.C. on Saturday to rally against President Donald Trump 2 days ahead of his inauguration. The People's March, previously known as the Women's March, has taken away every year since 2017. Okay, the fact that they're calling this the People's March and not the Women's March shows you the lunacy of the left, the liberals. Because the liberals, they want to like eliminate women and, you know what I'm saying, and call, you know, talk about trannies and stuff like that being real women and, you know, calling, you know, just basically destroying, you know, the distinction between man and woman that the Father established. Which is why I say some things about conservatives I don't have a problem with. Like I don't rock with the LGBTQ. I don't rock with that fruity stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But there's actually, I'm looking for it. It's not just here though. It's like all around the world. I think there are protests. Let me see. Like there's other countries literally protesting him too. I'm just trying to find something. Sis, the one that asked me to talk about this, if you have like an article or a video or something you can send me, just drop it in the chat. Because I'm not sure like where I can find that at. I need like a direct link or something so I can show everybody. All praise to the highest Yahuwah. Much love to all kings and queens, young and seasoned, excellent teaching extra. Shalom, Yahuwah, baraka to you all. Yeah, thank you so much, Kathy. Listen, y'all, I know it's been so late, right? You know what I'm saying? Doing this show and stuff like that. But, you know, somebody wrote me on Patreon. It's like, you got to warn our people about what's coming. Now, y'all know I've been warning you guys a long time about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I played those songs, you know what I'm saying, at the beginning of the stream, because I've been telling y'all this was coming. You know what I'm saying? What did I say in that song, The War Woke? I said these Republicans will end you and ain't telling you that. And they want to make us slaves again. All right? That's what they want to do. That's their intention. If they can't enslave us, they want to at least get rid of us by any means necessary. They don't care about the method. They don't care if it's total G-side. They don't care if it's deportation. They don't care if it's just FEMA camps, detention centers. They don't care. Oh, matter of fact, let me show y'all this. I just remembered this, family. I just remembered this. Let me show y'all something. Trump says he's going to bring back stop and frisk. I'm from LA, and y'all know, bro, we dealt with that all the time. LAPD, they be like, oh, y'all look like bangers. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to pat you down. And we got to make sure you ain't got no weapons on us. Okay, well, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't did nothing, so I don't agree to that. Okay, well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, then why you won't let us check you? Homie, if I got a gun on me, that's none of your business. But see, them folk, right? They feel emboldened. And Trump, again, this is the spirit he stirs up in these people. He also talked about the death penalty for drug dealers. Now, when you factor outside, you know, you factor out the Hispanics and stuff like that. Who mostly gets arrested for dealing? Negroes. Imagine how many Negroes is going to die under this order. Let me show y'all this.
Away from our police because we want them to do their jobs and we want them to do their jobs right. You can't take their protections away if you're going to have them do their jobs properly. Second, to qualify for this new funding and all other Justice Department grants, I will insist that local jurisdictions return to proven common sense policing measures, such as stop and frisk.
Okay, Negroes, Yashar'AL, I'm talking to you. So the fact that he already has ICE agents out there, okay, who I'm sure are actually police officers, the Blue Klux Klan, that's what I call them. Screw the police, they're the Blue Klux Klan, they're the slave catchers, all right? The fact that he has ICE agents out there who are probably Blue Klux Klan trained, don't you think that this is the perfect storm for stop and frisk and, you know, arresting us and locking us up and giving them immunity to do whatever they want to do to us? But again, I'm trying to understand the tap dancing Negroes that voted for this when he said he was going to do this. Y'all Negroes continue to make excuses for this man because y'all dumb niggas voted for him. You voted against the interests of your people and against your children. That's coon stuff. I gotta call it what it is. I'm always for the betterment of my people, and that means not involving them. And I'm also gonna give you the side eye if you do too much tap dancing for them. There's one Ak, I used to love him as a brother, but when I saw him defending white people so much, I couldn't rock with him. Them niggas will sell us out so quick.
Very simple. You stop them and you frisk them. Strictly enforcing existing gun laws against convicted felons, cracking down on the open use of illegal drugs.
Somebody asked me, can you carry in LA? That's a good question because I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of us need to be strapped, if I'm being honest. Now, in LA, they laws ain't really so good when it comes to carrying. So we just don't tell nobody about it. And I'm going to just leave it at that. You need to get a pew and you want to avoid, you know what I'm saying, maybe you've been in prison, maybe you're a felon or something like that, you know what I'm saying, and you don't want to go through the legal system. And the reason why I don't really believe in 2A so much is because, or the Second Amendment, is because, you know, they can track it back to you, right? In a peanut butter hits the fan scenario, they're not going to be checking papers and all that other goofy stuff to see if your bang bang is legal. Okay, get one on the low and don't tell nobody. But do you need one? Yeah. Okay, we're not going to go through this whole MLK, we shall overcome nonviolent resistance type thing. Nah, we're not doing that again. Look where it got us. You are dealing with a violent people who literally hate your guts. Okay? Nonviolent resistance is foolishness against them. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and start stuff with them, go after them, attack them. But if they are coming for you or they are coming for your family, you better finish them folk. I will be. Trust and believe that. I'm not telling y'all I'm going out here telling y'all to, you know what I'm saying, do anything to them or start nothing with them. Defend your people, okay? If they want to do something to your family, you better stand up for them. Don't cower. And, you know, if I'm being honest with you guys, like the Gentiles just don't understand what we're going through right now because they don't understand the biblical implications of all this. They look at color and race and all of that, but they don't realize this is all biblical. Okay, they just can't connect the dots because they can't teach the scriptures. You feel me? They're not gonna understand it. We gotta teach them. But they don't understand that all of this is about us. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like to hear that. They like to, you know, they want to feel included in it and, you know, this and that. Well, it's about us too, because we're his chosen. And, you know, no, it's not. Okay? Because if it is, then why do the pale-faced people get all the privilege? Okay? Why do they get all the protection? He ain't talking about deporting no Europeans, and y'all want to talk about this about you? It's not. It's about us. And that's the biblical implication, is it's a war against Jacob. It's the time of Jacob's trouble in which Jacob would be persecuted. And soon, if he, now I'm not saying Trump is the anti-Messiah, because I don't think he is. He could be. I'm leaning more towards it the more I look at this. But the anti-Messiah will persecute Yashar'AL. And the fact that he is kind of getting a head start on that leads me to believe he could be. All right? Let's keep going, fam. And I'm going to get off of here soon, family. I don't want to keep y'all up all night. I know some of y'all got to work in the morning and stuff like that.
And cooperating with ICE to get criminal aliens off our streets and get them out of our country. Third, we will go after the radical Marxist prosecutors who are abolishing cash bail.
Okay, so the Marxists, the communists, the Marxist communism, you're going to always hear them talk about, oh, you're a bunch of Marxists. You're a bunch of communists, okay? They are fascists fighting against communism, because communism and Marxism is separate from fascism, okay? Fascism is only focusing on those people of that nation, which would be white America, not everybody else. Fascism elevates racial supremacy, okay? Communism is redistribution of wealth. We're all the same. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of what you got, give it to this person, that kind of thing, okay? They are fascists, not communists. They are looking at us as communists, okay? They're actually white nationalist fascists. That's the difference, okay?
Using to charge crimes and surrendering our cities to violent criminals. They have surrendered like never before.
Violent criminals? You talking about Black Lives Matter? Homie. Okay. I got to say this. You know how hypocritical these people are? They always talk about Black Lives Matter and all of this goofy stuff. But family, let me ask you something. When the KKK was going around tearing down Negroes, killing Negroes, Rosewood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, did they have a reason to do that to Black people other than pure hatred and racism towards us? Did they have a reason to do it? Would they have been well off without us if they wouldn't have done that? Yeah. They was already wealthy from the slave trade. That was good. They didn't need to come over there. They did it anyway, because they didn't want to see us prosper, okay? Now, let's factor in 400 plus years of racial segregation, redlining, okay, abortion, homosexuality, and all types of anti-Black rhetoric that has been thrown around, slung in our faces, white water fountains, white restaurants, colored, jigaboo, all these names they called us, right? I would say after 400 years of nothing but oppression by the hands of these people, we would finally be fed up. We would finally be fed up. Now, I don't support Black Lives Matter as an organization, but I do support the sentiment of our Negroes' lives matters, because they matter to Yahuwah. Negro lives matter to Yahuwah, whether you want to accept it or not. But them people had a reason to do what they did. The Negroes who supported Black Lives Matter, who might have burnt some of those police stations down, damn it, we had a reason. You didn't have a reason to come into Tulsa, Oklahoma and burn it to the ground other than pure racism, pure hate. You want to talk about Hebrew Israelites are a terrorist organization? What about the Triple K? What about the Proud Boys? What about these white supremacists? Why do they feel so comfortable to come out and speak these things, say these things? Why does Elon Musk feel okay to go ahead and do a dang Nazi salute in front of these people? You don't think the Nazis are a terrorist organization? Okay? You just got gaslit by Donald Trump on live television talking about, I don't know nothing about no white supremacy. You kidding me? These people are so delusional, fam. So delusional. All right, we're going to play the rest of this video, fam, and I'm going to hop off.
I will direct the DOJ to open civil rights investigations into radical left prosecutors' offices, such as those in Chicago, LA, and San Francisco, to determine whether they have illegally engaged in race-based enforcement of—
Okay, do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear what he's saying? That means, like I said, and he's a dictator. He gonna reassemble the Department of Justice. He gonna put biased Republican court officials, you know what I'm saying, in place of Negroes. You know what I'm saying? People who maybe understand the black man's plight. People like Miss Crockett, okay? Obviously a very, very strong black woman, very, very politically astute. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be trying to get rid of people like her that understand, that will call out and say, you know, the white man ain't did nothing but oppress us, right? You know, black people that will speak out because they understand our plight, because they are our people, right? He is going to get rid of all of them and put Caucasians in office that feel and think the way he does about us. Okay? So again, white people love to say we're so oppressed. There's all this anti-white racism, right? And then they also want to claim they're chosen by the Most High. How are you the oppressed and the oppressor at the same time? Anti-white racism is a freaking lie. Okay? It's just you becoming the byword because you made us the byword. It's just these curses slowly reversing on you and you being revealed what you are, because the Bible says in Joel that eventually the whole world will turn on Esau. Eventually the whole world will turn on Edom. You're doing a good job of making people see you for what you are.
Of the law. I will also work with Congress to give the victims of their Marxist policies the right to sue local officials for harm and suffering, and it has been great that they have caused. If your small business is pillaged because shoplifting goes unpunished, if you're brutally attacked by a violent felon released without bail or bond, then you will be entitled to massive damages. Fourth, I will order the Department of Justice, or some people call it the Department of Injustice right now, and Homeland Security dismantle every gang, street crew, and drug network in America. Every single one of them will be dismantled. We already know where these turf wars and drug dens are. We know who the people are. And we're going to charge them and charge the culprits with every crime that we can find. We're going to be fair, but we're going to be tough. We also need the death penalty for drug dealers. So important. And I'd add to that human traffickers, drug dealers and human traffickers. They get the death penalty. Watch it stop, and stop quickly. Fifth.
Okay. All right. So the agenda is clear. Monique said, I posted a link, sis. You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to that today. We've been on here for 3 hours. I don't want to keep everybody up. It's late. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come on here and touch on this. Maybe if you send me an email, let me put my email on the screen real quick. So if you want to send me a personal message via email, you can send me a personal message and then, you know, send it to me on email or something. Because most people, when they want to send me stuff, they send it to me through email. So my email is going to be at the bottom of the screen, that little scrolling bar you can see at the bottom. That's where you can email me. So if you want to send me the link, send them there. And maybe I'll just do another show at some point about it. All right. Now, before I go, we have another show tomorrow. I'm going to be going deeper into this Nephilim stuff because I feel like these Europeans you need to see them for what they are. Okay. Now, it's not so much about bloodline and all of that, because that is a part of it. But I just want to, you know, Yahuwah, all praises to the Most High. I want to shout out everybody that's on Patreon. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. You guys voted and you guys wanted me to do this video on hybrids, right? And it's taken me down a very biblical, you know what I'm saying, rabbit hole almost, in a sense, for lack of a better word, where I'm starting to understand a lot of the things about these Europeans, like the gods that they worship, the deities they believed in, all of those things were Nephilim. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to be bringing out this episode, which is going to be the Nephilim, the men of renown. Let me pull up the thumbnail real quick for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's going to be what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, and we're going to be getting into some of the bloodlines. We're going to be looking at these Germans, these Aryans. We're gonna definitely get into some stuff. So I'm excited about that. It's just, you know, the more I look into stuff, the more I connect things, even these movies, these television shows, you know, the Transformers movies, right? Those are about the fallen. Okay, those are about a genetic race of aliens that came here to try to conquer humanity. You know what I'm saying? All of these things tie together, family. They all tie together. So we're gonna be looking at that. Let's see. this. Let me show y'all the thumbnail for that video we're going to be doing tomorrow, or the teaching we're going to be doing tomorrow. Like I say, I might step away from the internet for a little bit, but guaranteed when I do step away, I am working on something. That's usually how it is for me. If I step away, I'm definitely putting more time into, you know what I'm saying, pulling things out. So this is going to be one of the episodes we're going to do. And then the second episode is going to be about the wars, the Clash of the Titans. How many of y'all ever heard of that movie, The Clash of the Titans? That's about the Nephilim. Okay? Let me show y'all. So this is going to be the episode we're doing tomorrow. All right? The Nephilim and the Men of Renown. Okay? We're going to be talking about that. And then the next episode after that, we're going to be discussing the Nephilim Wars, because all of this stuff is in the Bible. So what you read about the Clash of the Titans, that's about this. When the Nephilim were warring against each other, killing each other off, slaying each other. It's all in the book. You know what I'm saying? The word of the Most High. So we're going to be getting into some very interesting topics. These next few teachings I'm going to be doing, we're going to be building out this series, and I think you guys are going to learn a lot. And it will be here on YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to join Patreon to see these Nephilim teachings. But the hybrid thing, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to join the Patreon to see that. You know what I'm saying? As far as the human-animal hybrids. But as far as what we're doing here on YouTube, you'll be able to be here. Yummy says, I'm back, y'all. Are we done? Oh, sis, I didn't even know you was here. All praises to the highest. Yada yada. So that's it, family. Thank y'all so much for joining. I really, really appreciate you guys. I know it's been late. Tomorrow for the Nephilim series, I'm probably going to go live a lot sooner than I did this time around. So, yeah. Anyway. All right, fam. Love y'all. All praises to the highest Yahuwah. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes you guys might forget to do so when you're, watching my videos. But if you can, please just hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It just helps the channel out, helps me kind of, you know what I'm saying, be able to navigate on this platform, lets people know that y'all are enjoying the content and all of that stuff. Get some rest, brother. Definitely will. And Lele just posted a link to Patreon if you want to join. Like I said, we have a lot of uncensored. Oh, real quick. To everybody that is on the Patreon, let me show you something real quick. Because people are like, okay, where's this? How do I find this? Let me show you how to navigate it, okay? So if you are on the Patreon. So you can understand like how to find stuff quickly, all right? So let me show you this first. So the first thing to understand is I put this here on the top of the page. Uncensored exclusive Patreon content. So this right here is going to be at the very top of the page when you go into the app on your phone or you go on the browser. I pinned it, okay? And it has a link to all the stuff that's not on YouTube, okay? Now, the only two things that are on here that are on YouTube is the Esau and the Horites and Donald Trump documentary. But all of these movies and documentaries like this, me exposing the lies about the Holocaust, yes, that's on Patreon. Okay, that's there. The Planned Parenthood Explodes, that's on here. This is all stuff that's not going to ever be on YouTube because it's too controversial and I can't talk about it because they'll ban me immediately. So there's a lot of stuff on here, like I said, you're not going to find on YouTube. The Baphomet documentary, that's on here. Leave the World Behind, Hidden Messages to the Negroes, that's on here. Donald Trump, like I said, that's on here. Haiti Betrayed, how the colonial powers colonized Haiti. Okay, so to those of y'all who are trying to understand more about our Haitian peoples, to understand that why I'm saying they are Israelites, why they are Negroes, why they are our people, this is a good documentary to watch. Esau and the Horites, like I said, that's on here too, but I have it on there as well. The science agenda to exterminate Negroes. This is something very important all Negroes need to see. And what they're doing to our people and how they use the medical industry to come after us. Okay? This is another one you need to see. Candace Owens versus Amalek. Okay, I did a whole breakdown. It was originally on here, but I had to take it down because some of the things I was saying was too controversial and me denying that World War II event and all this other stuff that they've been saying that happened to them. So that's on here. This right here is me exposing everything about these people. Okay, the Noahide laws, the witchcraft, the Kabbalah that they follow, all of it, the Zohar, all of it. You know what I'm saying? You can find that on there. This right here is a secret recording of Planned Parenthood talking about what they want to do to our children and how they specifically target Negro babies. So there's, like I said, you'll find a lot of stuff on here. What is predictive programming is another series that we did talking about how they show you predictive programming in movies and stuff like that. All right, and I think that's it. Yep. And by the way, when you go here, you're going to see all the links to all these different episodes. These are just the thumbnails of each exclusive content, but these will be the links that will take you to the post so you can find it. Now, one more thing. When you go to the page, if you go over here to collections at the top of the page, and you go right here, you're going to find all my YouTube videos that I posted. And this right here is where the documentaries are. This is where the uncensored live streams are. And this is where the deep dives are and the other exclusive content. So YouTube videos, exclusive documentaries, exclusive deep dives content, and uncensored live streams. I have it all set up for you. You feel what I'm saying? Just so, you know what I'm saying, if you don't know how to navigate it, you'll understand how. Like I said, if you want to join, hey, feel free to. If you don't want to, it's totally fine. But it's just for people who like what I do and want that deep stuff. Because y'all know I could talk about deep stuff way deeper than I do here on YouTube. And some of y'all just like, you know what I'm saying, when I get into uncensored territory where I can really say whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just check it out. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High. So thank y'all for joining. I appreciate you guys. All esteem to the highest Yahuwah. Be blessed in the name of Yahusha Hamashiach, Yahuwah Yahusha. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Now, tomorrow for the Naphalim show, I'm probably going to do it a little bit earlier than I did tonight. So we'll probably do it, I'm thinking maybe around 4:30 p.m. Okay, afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if I set a time for something, it's going to always be Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so 4:30, we'll do it tomorrow at 4:30. Matter of fact, let me put that in so I can make sure I'm here for that. Sometimes y'all be sitting around like, where's Yaxter? Where's Yaxter? And I'm like, well, I'm here. Okay, so 4:30 p.m. I have it set for 7:30, but we'll do 4:30. 4:30 tomorrow, the 28th. Okay, all esteem to the highest. Okay, all praises. All right, family, love y'all. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah. And yeah, shalom.